Hello there, my children.
Hi everyone, welcome. Today we're going to be doing a bit of a different stream, not something that I'm used to. We are going to be reacting. Oh, oops, maybe I should get it off of my own stream. We're not going to be reacting to my stream. That would be painful. We're going to be reacting to a couple of Your Turn to Die theories, as well as all of the endings of Your Turn to Shine. I was sent videos to react to in the Discord server, and I was like, hey, I'll give it a shot. Just to warn you, I, don't really do reaction content, and you'll see why. It's because I'm very, very boring, and I have nothing to add to it. So, I highly recommend, after this stream is finished, I'm gonna go ahead and put links to all of the videos in the description. Please go, watch those so that you can give them views, because they actually put in the work to make these videos. So, this will probably just be a one-time thing, because I'm not super comfortable with reactions, but I also really wanted to watch these, and I know that, some people wanted to watch them together, so I thought that, yeah, it would be a lot of fun, so we're gonna do that today. But hello, Sappy! Hello, Andrea! Hello, Leo Jace! Hello, Spoopy Ghost! Hello, Niaro! Hello, Ace! Hello, Jessie-chan! Hello, Flaky! Hello, Desperado! Sorry, guys, but I ain't gonna be here for the stream. Got stuff to do. Okay, no worries! We'll hopefully see you next time. Thanks for stopping in, saying hi. I have a question. Are you going to do, react to the dummy ending for Kai and Mishima? I don't think so. Oh, the high leaf. All right. I don't think so, unless if that was in the, sir, stop crying. Unless if they were in the recommended, for the Discord channel. I, probably, oh, wow, okay. All right, give me a second. Why would you bite me? You're so rude. Get out of the room. All right, no more cat. He's being rude. But yeah, so we're gonna watch one that's a theory about who the mastermind is. We're gonna watch one that is the memorandum theory, which I have no idea what that is. I don't know what. I haven't seen these. The first one, who is the mastermind, is done by Weeby News. I have not seen her videos, but I did a quick audio check, and it seems like she has really, really good quality videos. And then the other one is Your Turn to Rant, which is fucking hilarious. And this also seems like really good quality. So I'm excited to watch these. And then the other one that we're watching is a video that was made by our very own Dara. It's got all the different endings. It was really, really nice of them to send that. Oh, hi, Dara! Speak of the devil and they shall appear. Hello, thank you for sending me this. I'm excited to see all the different endings, because we only got like 2, so. But yeah, what a great way to start stream, I know, by getting destroyed. Oh, hi! Is it Voot? What? Okay, anyway, hello! I don't think I've seen you here before. Welcome, I'm happy to see you. Okay, yeah, so we're just gonna start up with the first one, and again, go, check this video out yourself, give it a like, tell them, wow, this is a great video. Don't tell them I sent you, though, because that's really cringe. Oh, hi, Nikkei, welcome. But yeah, let's just go ahead and start this, then.
Hey guys, Weeby News here, and today I am doing a video discussing a few of my favorite Your Turn to Die theories, and these are a mixture of my own opinion and ones I found online, mostly on the Your Turn to Die subreddit, so huge shout out to the subreddit. Some of these theories are going to be loosely based off of what I've read on there, and some are going to be direct references to theories I found on there.
Also, don't mind me. I'm so sorry. I'm the type of person to where I don't like to talk over a video. I like to pause it and stun lock all the time. So I'm sorry if I do that too much. Has anybody looked at the Your Turn to Die subreddit? I don't really go on Reddit because I fear Reddit. But I was wondering if the subreddit for Your Turn to Die is any good or not, because I feel like this game is really good, but I don't know like a ton about the fan base for this game. So it's like, is it like one of those where it's like, probably avoid it, or is it like, yeah, it's really cool?
I'm I'm going to be linking any posts that inspired me or are directly referenced in the description, so I definitely recommend you guys look into those if you're really interested in theories like I am. And also, huge thanks to the user JamDoos for letting me use their Gin mastermind art for the thumbnail. I bet some of you guys almost thought it was real too.
I actually did think it was kind of. That's really good art. I actually kind of thought it was real. Oh no! I thought that it was something that was drawn by Nankidai. That's fucking amazing. Holy shit, that's crazy. Also, no worries, Legos. Thank you for stopping in. I hope that you have a good rest of your day and that you get lots of sleep. I'm so sorry that you have to deal with university. Before I leave, the subreddit is interesting. Yeah. Oh, okay. I posted there a couple of times. It's pretty good. Oh, okay. Sweet. Huh. I'll have to look into that more then.
That good. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and a comment and subscribe and share the video if you enjoy it. I've worked really hard on this and I'm very proud of it, so I hope you guys enjoy it too. Also, there's gonna be spoilers for everything Your Turn to Die, including Your Turn to Shine and some of those endings, so just be aware of that before you continue the video. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Now to begin, I want to focus on the—
Wait, hold on. When did this video come out? Does this include stuff about, like, the old? Probably not. Maybe not. Okay, I'm like, I don't want to spoil any of the new endings for the Mishima route, so I'm like, wait, hold on a second. I don't think that it'll have anything in it, though. The fan base is mostly good from what I've seen. The only thing I know about the fan base is that, like, most of the people who watch my streams also enjoy Your Turn to Die. And I'm kind of biased because I like all of you. So my immediate reaction is just to be like, oh, yeah, well, I mean, if you're all amazing and you all like Your Turn to Die, then, you know, the whole fan base must be amazing. But that might not be the case. Guy on Reddit called me something that I didn't know because it was in a different language, but I knew he was swearing at me, so I don't use Reddit. Oh, either? Yeah, a long time ago, I tried to, when I first started my channel, I tried to advertise it on Reddit, and I shared one video that I made, which I no longer have on the channel, but I got 2 comments on it. One of them just said no with a period, because I was like, hey, you know, you should, you know, if you guys are interested, check this out. And one comment said no, and the other comment said, I would rather fuck an inverted cactus than watch this. And I was like, oh, I see. Okay. And I never touched Reddit again. Video came out before Kai Route. Okay, awesome. This was after 3-1B's release and does not talk about Mishima Route. Okay, awesome. And yeah, of course I like you guys. I watched Weeby, she picked Kana to die first time. Oh no! Oh no!
The obvious, absolute suspiciousness of our very lovely protagonist, Sarah Chidowin. It's heavily implied that the entire game revolves around Sarah. Kai states that although he's unaware of the Death Game's true goal, he's under the impression that it all revolves around her. Gashi refers to her as the Chosen One before his death, and Hayasaka, when he died in the first trial, cursed her name before his death. It's also notable that out of all the survival percentages, Sarah has the highest based on the simulations they executed, and Midori describes her in some of the simulations to be terrifying and having a stronger survival instinct than anyone else. That she was—
okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be annoying really quickly. Okay, so I wanna kind of give my own thoughts about who I think the mastermind might be. They done you dirty. No, that video was really cringe. It was honestly, that was the correct reaction. I'm not gonna lie. It was a really cringy video. I just spilled my drink all over my couch. Oh no, I hope— oh god, that sounds awful. I'm so sorry. Reddit is good half the time and insanely toxic the other half. That sounds about right. Although that could be said about a lot of different things, though. But okay, so I wanted to go over my own theories of, like, masterminds. Okay. So, I've always said that Jin was suspicious. And he's a really good boy, and I love him very much. But there's still that tiny little itty bitty bit of suspicion in the back of my mind that's like, but maybe, but what if, but it could be, but I wonder, and I don't know, because I want to be like, no, Jin is just such a sweet, precious boy, and he is, but, there's just that little lingering feeling in the back of my head of what if. And then the other one that I think would be most likely mastermind is, of course, Sarah, because she has, can you do full screen? Oh yeah, sure, we can do full screen. I didn't know if that would be annoying or not. Boop. Okay, because I'm like blocking half the screen. And then the other one, yeah, is Sarah, because, I mean, she's obviously super duper deeply involved with the death game, and then we've seen the other endings of Your Turn to Shine, where she's like, restart the thing. So it's like, it makes me wonder if the whole, death game is a simulation, and if she just, like, redoes it over and over again with dolls, and, like, maybe the true Sarah, like, already went through the death game in the past, won it, and then she's like makes us like these dolls that are like, you know, replicated after the people that she was with to do it over and over again. That's what I think. I think that would be interesting. I might not be able to make I might not be talking much because I'm watching this on my phone and Super Tongue and Grumpa 2 edits on my laptop. No worries, that's totally fine. I'm nervous that they're going to make Mishima the mastermind for some reason. It's because we've seen him in every chapter and we still don't know where his head is. Oh no. Oh no. That would be really bad. Oh no. Because you think they'd pull a Walt Disney and they're like cryogenic freezing his head and they're gonna fucking bring him back? That would be awful. I would absolutely hate that. No. Oh no. That would be awful. All right, let's just continue. Those are my two biggest theories. If you guys have any theories that, you know, what you think, let me know. Also, welcome back, Niaro.
Based on the simulations they executed, and Midori describes her in some of the simulations to be terrifying and having a stronger survival instinct than anyone else. That she was someone willing to kill others and to use their deaths as a way to manipulate the group. We even see a taste of this evil side in the Shin route, where she manipulates Ranmaru into killing the others. We also see what appears to be a very sinister looking Sarah at the end of one of Mishima's Your Turn to Shine routes. In the scene, the Mishima AI realizes that something is wrong and that he's being watched. Next, it appears that the entire game was a simulation run by Asunaro to collect experimental data on the death game participants. Then someone who appears to be Sarah walks in and is asked about what they should do regarding the simulation, implying that she's in a position of power. She says to start it over again as many times as it takes, and she looks quite evil while doing so. Her undeniable involvement in the purpose of the death game, along with the scene, has led a lot of people to theorize that she might be the true mastermind behind the death game, and that either her memory was wiped, or that the Sarah that we're controlling is a doll. And although I used to think that she was a doll, I no longer do for a couple of reasons. As we all know from Rio Ranger's death, dolls don't bleed, and we've seen Sarah bleed in past CGs. Also, if you look at the bad endings for the Chapter 2 attractions, we see her, along with almost all the other living participants, bleed during the endings. The only exceptions are Rekko and Shin. In all of their endings, there's either no blood at all, or we just see blood coming from Sarah. For Shin, I don't think it adds really any suspicion to him, since we do see him bleed later in the chapter. But with Rekko, I believe it's very purposeful that we don't see her bleed, since we know that she switches out with a doll at one point during the chapter. And this to me confirms that not only Sarah, but all the other participants are human. Because of this, my assumption would be that the Sarah that we see at the end of Your Turn to Shine is actually the doll version of Sarah, and that is implanted with memories from one of the games that Midori was talking about, where she was cruel and terrifying.
That's interesting, because I was thinking about that too, because the game said that, you know, dolls don't bleed red. However, then there was like multiple different instances where people who were supposed to be dolls were bleeding, and where well, I guess the only time I can remember somebody not bleeding was Reiko, you know, as a doll. But like so I was unsure as to whether or not that was actually true, you know, if all the dolls don't bleed red, or if there are only certain ones that do and certain ones that don't. I thought that was like a really interesting thing, and I couldn't tell if it was just the game's way of showing who wasn't a doll, or if it was like just lenient with the rules on if a doll bleeds or not. So that's definitely interesting. Okay, I like that. Also, hi Ochirami. Well, hi Peapod. Welcome. We're just watching a couple of theory videos and the different endings for Your Turn to Shine for Kai's route.
ending. We already know that the doll exists, and we've seen it, so I don't think it's too far of a stretch to assume that it might be the doll that we saw in the ending. Also, this theory will make a bit more sense later, but first I need to explain some stuff. In Chapter 2, Keiji describes the Hades incident to Sarah. It was a mutual death game meant to bring all crime rings together to form one monolith. Representatives from each ring battled together to decide who would reign at the top of criminal society. It being a death game makes it seem pretty similar to what the characters are participating in now. Not only this, but another thing that connects to the Hades incident is the memorandum that Sarah finds in the secret room. It's even titled That Incident, making it seem like it's possibly referring to the Hades incident, since they both use the same word. In the memorandum, it describes the events that took place during the death game. Many of the events sound very similar to what's happened in the death game currently taking place. It mentions Russian roulette and a charismatic 17-year-old high school girl whose best friend dies in the first victim conference. It eventually trails off from the current plotline, describing characters similar to Keiji and Gin as the victims in the second victim conference, which, as we all know, is not the case in this death game. And then it continues on.
Okay. I didn't really fully understand when I first played that was supposed to be Keiji and Jin. And oh my god, if the game had actually killed Keiji and Jin off first, I would have actually like lost my shit. I would have been really upset. I know that I was upset that Joe died, and I mean, that's that. I mean, it was fucking Joe. Joe was great, but like now that I've gotten to know some of the other characters that are still alive, like now if they had changed it and it like was Jin and Keiji, I would have actually lost my shit. Those are the two people that I want to live more than anything. Like Sarah can die. I love Sarah, but she can die. Some of the other contestants, if they died, I'd be a little sad, but you know, not heartbroken. If Keiji and Jin died, that would be I'd be really sad. Also, no worries, Ryoko. I hope that your dinner is okay. I had to pause a bit so I could get dinner. No worries. I hope your dinner was okay.
The narrator stating that they acquired a great admiration for her and wanted her to win the whole game, even if it meant his death. But in the third conference, she died, and now he's haunted by hallucinations of her and cannot love another woman. I believe that the memorandum is in fact describing the events that took place during the Hades incident, and that one of the purposes of this death game is to recreate that incident. More specifically, I believe they want to reenact this event in order to recreate a certain participant in it. This being the high school girl described in the memorandum, but this time I believe they want her to win. The writer mentions being so infatuated with her that they could never love again, so I think it makes sense that their obsession could lead to trying to recreate her. They mentioned being willing to die if it meant that she could succeed, so I think that they may believe that she was the rightful winner of the Hades incident, which is why they want to recreate the game and her as well. And this girl sounds a lot like Sarah, so I believe she is the attempted recreation of this girl, and I feel like this theory really falls into place when you think about how the death game seems to revolve so heavily around Sarah, like I mentioned previously.
Okay, so I know. Sorry, I keep stun locking it a lot. So I'm wondering now, because originally I thought that was like so, and then later I saw Hayasaka and I was like, that guy kind of looks like Hayasaka, and I was like, maybe it could be Hayasaka, but then and I mean, to be fair, it could also be Hayasaka. That's definitely a possibility. The hair looks similar, and he knows about us, and like we know that he knows about us, or I guess Sarah. And so there's definitely a lot that could be explored there. But okay, is it weird if I think that it might be Gashu? Is it weird if I think that he might have just fucking had a really, you know, terrible a really bad, what is it, like an anti-glow up, a glow down? Because it said that they were willing, like, to die in order for, you know, this girl to, win the game. And Gashu definitely, you know, died so that, the game continued. So I'm wondering if it might have been even Gashu. And that would also help to tie in Kai with us, too. Because maybe Kai has this natural affinity based off of like things that Gashu told. Well, I guess maybe not. It's really hard to remember because I know that Kai ended up working for Sarah's dad, and I don't really remember what the relationship was with Gashu and Kai, even though they were father and son. Also, hi Jay, welcome. Happy to see you here. Gashu Wu, no. What? How about Kana? I'd be sad if Kana died. I genuinely don't think that she could be the mastermind. I think it'd be really weird if they try to make her the mastermind too, considering it just wouldn't really fit very well. I guess it could be Ranmaru too. But I feel like Ranmaru is still young to where I don't really know if it would be possible. Well, I guess it could be if they use like a Ranmaru doll, but Gosh, she used to be like Ranmaru Nani. Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, he could. Well, I guess no, he definitely couldn't have. Well, he could have had like a little tiny mustache that you just couldn't see from the side profile.
I believe this memorandum was likely written by the true mastermind of this game, and I also think that they are the current head of Asunaro, and that Asunaro is the criminal monolith created from the Hades incident. And finally, I believe that Mr. Chidowin, Sarah's stepfather, is this person. And there's a few reasons as to why I believe this. In his flashback with Kai, he acts very suspiciously. First, we learn that he's not her real father, which I'll expand on more.
Okay, all right, I was half right. It was a dad. It just wasn't Kai's dad for this theory. But that's interesting though. Oh shit. That's kind of weird though. If it's Sarah's dad, that's kind of fucking weird. Kind of thought it was Midori at first since his comment, if only I met you like that, but maybe it's referring to the AI test. Oh, that's definitely interesting. I think maybe Kyutaro could be the mastermind. Really? Why do you think that? I feel like, I don't know. There are some people that I just have this like natural trust for, and I feel like Kana, Kyutaro, and now, those three all fall into that natural trust of where I don't think that they would ever have any affiliation with the mastermind. I don't know why.
In a bit. And secondly, he mentions that she has so much potential for change that he's put his life on the line for it. And finally, when Kai expresses his affection towards Sarah, her father erupts into a fit of rage. Initially, it could be seen like fatherly protection, but I think it also could be portraying that unhealthy obsession that we see from the writer of the memorandum. Also,
Yikes.
at the end of chapter 2 in Kana's route, we see some evidence that her father is aware of her participation in the death game and is quite glad that she's made it this far, which seems like something that the memorandum writer would be wanting to keep a close eye on, if my theory is correct. I also theorize that Mr. Chidowin is Meister and is keeping an eye on her during the game through that alias.
Okay, I also thought the same thing, because their sprites are like the exact same. And I remember I noticed that when we were playing, because I was like, hold on, like Meister's stance, the suit, like everything is the exact, well, I mean, the suit isn't the same, but like, you know, the outline of the suit, like everything is the same as Sarah's father. So I definitely thought that was accurate. But yeah, I highly agree. It would be incredibly creepy if it was her dad. Like, gross. Ew. Sarah's dad groomed her for the death game. That's so weird though. No. I guess on Kyutaro being the mastermind was just me throwing things around out there, but it would be crazy. Yeah, that would come completely out of left field. I don't think any of the participants we know right now are the actual masterminds. Maybe one knows more than they let on. Oh, like being a traitor? That's interesting. Oh, that is really interesting. Huh, I didn't even think about it like that. But hi, welcome, could you not, dude? I'm happy to see you here. Welcome to the stream. What if it's Kugie? I don't feel like it would be. I feel like that's another one where if they did try to make her the mastermind, it would be quite the stretch and it would be a little bit weird.
As we can see in that scene with Sarah, their sprite poses are very similar, and although it is a small detail, the game has used sprites in order to reveal secrets before. For example, in Chapter 3, we learned that Mai has Midori's hands installed onto her because her sprites lack the gloves seen in her victim video. Also in Chapter 2, they used the discrepancy of the fake Rekko sprite containing the glove that the real Rekko lost as evidence to prove that she was a doll. Also, with him being the writer of the memorandum and her stepdad, I feel like it makes sense that he would want to be close with a potential successor early on, even before the game. And yes, I do know that he is super gross and creepy if this theory is true.
Yeah.
But one possible hole in this theory is how would he know her potential from such a young age? Sarah's not even aware that he's her stepfather. Well, I believe that all the candidates were monitored and chosen at very young ages. It's already implied that they've been monitored for a very long time, since the AI personalities of the candidates were last updated 2.5 years ago and are updated every 3 years. I speculate that all the candidates, not participants, just want to make that clear, so everybody besides Nao, Kugi, Joe, and Kai at some point stayed at the Asunaro orphanage that Kyutara comes from. And in my opinion, I think that orphanage was created for this death game. Some evidence of this is that many of the candidates so far have been confirmed to have non-biological parents or to have been separated from their biological siblings at some point, such as Sarah, Kyutaro, Kana, and So. I speculate that at the orphanage they ran tests on the children from an early age to determine their potential for succeeding the high school girl in the memorandum. Asunaro is a company that does medical research too, so I don't think it's too out of their reach to perform these types of tests on children, and I believe that Sarah, from even a very early age, had the highest success rate, which is why Mr. Chidowin became her stepfather early on. And yes, again, I know, very creepy. I will say the biggest hole in this theory that I've noticed is the fact that Kai was assigned to watch over Sarah as a spy at the Chidowin residence. This implies that no one there is connected to Asunaro, and her father even communicates with Kai through email, and it implies that he's aware of the killing game and wants to run away from it, likely with Sarah so she doesn't get involved. And my idea, if he still ends up being the mastermind, is that he strictly runs everything under the alias of Meister, or he's just one of those masterminds who runs everything from the shadows and no one in the company knows his true identity. Obviously though, this is just my speculation, so the hole still exists. I just wanted to point it out so you guys know that the theory isn't totally solid. But yeah, feel free to let me know what you guys think about this whole theory in the comment section below. I thought it was pretty interesting. I spent a lot of time researching for it, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. And another interesting thing that I feel ties along to this theory is one I found by So version 2.0 on Tumblr. The memorandum's author's position in the game seems to reflect Shin's role in the death game, or more specifically, I should say So Hiyori's role. Midori, aka the real So, was meant to participate in the death game before his death, / when he became more of a doll than a human, and afterwards it seems like they decided to swap him out with Shin, but Shin has a very different personality from So. He's a very self-sacrificial person, so in order to make him turn into So Hiyori and fit that role better, they showed him the winning percentages so that he would alter his personality to match the most terrifying person he knows.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Theory, what if the dad adopted Sarah from the same orphanage and made her participate? What? Oh, yeah. That'd be interesting. That'd be definitely interesting. Unfortunately, I couldn't play Chapter 3 because for some reason the save files don't actually save, and I wasn't going to go through everything in Chapter 3 again, so I may miss some details. Sorry. Oh, no, that's okay. No worries. No worries. Yeah, That's really interesting, though. If he was supposed to fill... Oh. Wait, but you don't think... Because... Okay, here's the thing with that, though. So, if So was meant to just be a replacement for Midori, or Big John, as some of us know him, then that wouldn't make a ton of sense, because there's like he wasn't, you know, he wasn't like now, or you know, like he was supposed to be there. Like he was supposed to be part of the death game. He had an AI that was made for him that we've seen, like a doll. You know, he's had updated information. They followed him closely. So if they're trying to like force him into the role of being Midori, it doesn't really sit with me right.
I just thought this idea was interesting and wanted to share it, since I always kind of felt like the idea of Midori participating in the death game would be really weird, but I feel like it makes a lot more sense to me if he was meant to fill the memorandum's author's previous role. So like I said, I think the purpose of this death game is to recreate the girl from the memorandum and for her to win this time. I also think that the ending of this death game will likely determine the new head of Asunaro, similar to the prize for winning the Hades incident. I think the mastermind is the current head of Asunaro and wants to recreate the high school girl so that she can become the new leader, since I think he likely believes that she was the one who should have won the Hades incident. Now this brings me back to my theory regarding the Sarah at the end of Your Turn to Shine and her being a doll. The first thing that this made me ask was, why would they need a human Sarah and put so much time into grooming her to be the next heir to Asunaro if the doll version is so capable? Well, from what we've seen, a big part of the game is comparing dolls to humans. During the subgame, the participants are forced to determine who is real and who is a doll, and later they're put in a position to decide if the doll's lives are equally valuable or not. They seem to constantly be trying to improve the dolls and to make them more and more human. Gashu, for example, instilled Rio Ranger with intense jealousy of humans because he felt that negative emotions were what truly made humans, well, human. So I think this death game isn't just to recreate the high school girl or to groom her to become the leader of Asunaro, but is also meant to determine whether or not dolls or humans are superior. I think that at the end of this game we may see Sarah go up against her doll as a way to determine this. But this is just my theory on everything. Obviously I'm not dead set on all of this. A lot of this is just kind of like my speculation and things I've kind of come up with to explain some of the suspicious stuff that's happened in the game.
That would be interesting though, because if it was the head spin, you don't like his head spinning around. No, that would definitely be interesting though, because if I wonder if they would turn it into based off of your choices throughout the death game. If like our Sarah is able to win against her own doll at the end, that would be interesting, because the if you get like the quote unquote like good route that has Kana still alive and Sarah isn't as much of a, like manipulator when it comes to Ranmaru, and there's not as much of an evil Sarah, I wonder if the like nicer Sarah would be too soft to win against her own doll versus the like evil Sarah being able to like overpower the doll. I think that would be a really interesting thing. I think the dad was an earlier I think that the dad was an earlier participant, and maybe he, after he won, he suggested having Sarah in the next death game. Yeah, that would definitely be interesting, and that would align with the theory of him being, the, like, mastermind. Hi, Sage. Hello. Welcome. I'm happy to see you here. Hello. We're watching a couple of theories and the endings for Your Turn to Shine. I heard somewhere that the ending will never be a good ending, but I could be wrong. I want it to be a good ending. I really hope it's not like, yeah.
So let me know what you guys think about my ideas, and if you agree or disagree with them. Next, I want to dive into discussing the most wholesome character in the game, and how suspicious he is. Funnily enough, there's a pretty popular theory about Gin being the mastermind or working for Asunaro, which is why I made him the thumbnail. I don't personally believe it myself, but I do want to describe it to you guys a bit, since it's still a fun theory to discuss in my opinion. The main reasons why people suspect him are because we've yet to see Gin's collar, and the other characters made such a big deal about confirming that Shin had a collar. And there's also the mystery of Mishima's head. Even the floor masters have admitted that they don't know its whereabouts. So I've seen a lot of people speculate that it could be in Mu-chan. Disturbing, I know. Finally, people are suspicious of him because he snuck into the first floor, and because he was able to find the secret passage before anybody else. There's also the fact that we still have no idea what he was doing down there. There's some big contradictions to this theory though, which is why I don't really believe it. And
okay, so here's the thing with the idea of Jin having Mishima in his little cat's head. Isn't there's a part where throughout the like mini games, like the mini death games, where you can hang out with everyone like at certain times, and there's like the coin trades and stuff, and there's one where he like asks you to clean his Mu-chan. So I feel like if Sarah cleaned Mu-chan, she'd be able to see, traces of a severed fucking head being inside of it. I feel like that would be really, really noticeable, and I don't think that I don't know. But I don't know, I can't imagine him, like, keeping the severed head in there. I guess if he used it to, I don't know, like, move it around, that's definitely possible. Where, like, he could, take it from one location, put it in the pillow, the stuffed Muchan, and then move it somewhere else. But I don't know. I feel like you'd be able to, like, smell the, like, I don't know, the, like, burnt skin smell on it, or I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, because if he kept Mishima's head in it, I think it'd be impossible for sure, because it would smell and it would be, like, really gross, and I feel like everyone would be able to notice it. But I don't know. I still do think it was weird though that they did, like, made a huge issue about seeing collars and nobody ever got to see Jin's. My phone died, so I had to go, but I'm back now. Oh, welcome back, Dara. Exactly, Mishima's head would start to smell. It'd be gross. No, they give it to the crying one to clean. Oh, that's true. They give it to... Oh, yeah, that's true, huh? Interesting. Oh god, the Muchan head theory is one that I love because it's kind of funny, but I don't believe it. Yeah, I don't know if I believe the Muchan head one. It would be decayed and start to... Yeah, it'd be icky. I'm so curious how Mishima's head... how Mishima's head and collar is going to be important next chapter. Me too! Because, like, it's one of those things where throughout the entire time that I play, I just completely forget that, that's an issue and that his head is, like, missing, and it has been missing this entire time. Forget it every single time. But they also, like, have brought it up multiple times, too. So, like, that it's going to be brought back. But for what and why? I'm really interested in seeing what they're going to do with it.
There's another theory that kind of explains his suspicious behavior better. The first contradiction is that although we've never seen his collar, he, like Hayasaka, was pulled up to the magnetic ceiling of the locker room by his neck, this implying that he was pulled up by his collar. And I've seen some people try to say that he was pulled up because he's holding Mishima's collar inside of Muchan, but he would have been pulled up by Muchan, not by his neck. And the only explanation would be him putting on Mishima's collar before entering the locker room. But that just seems like a stretch, since there's no reason for him to put himself in danger to prove his innocence, since no one suspects him. That's just my opinion on it, but this still leaves how mysterious it is that he found the passageway to the first floor, and how he managed to avoid getting caught by Miley. A theory that attempts to explain this is that he may have a secret connection to Miley. More specifically, many speculate that she could be Gin's mother. Some of the surface reasons as to why people believe this is because they both do look similar.
Oh, that'd be so cute! I think that somebody mentioned that theory when I was playing the game. Possibly. But that would be so cute! Oh my god! That'd be adorable! Oh. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, no, somebody did mention that before. Because I was like, huh. When we were thinking about, how his dad was, like, a drunkard and stuff like that. But you think that, well, oh, yeah, huh, that would definitely be interesting. Huh, I think Jin getting his caught in the hanging trap kind of proves that he has a collar. Yeah, no, it does. Also, what's up with Jin almost dying every chapter? Dude is about to run out of his 9 lives. I know! They need to stop almost killing Jin, please. Although, maybe that's a way to hide suspicion. I got my soundboard working again, by the way. It would be so cool. Oh, they look so cute. Oh my god.
And the ages, for the most part, do add up. Miley is 30 years old, while Gin is 12, and this means that she would have been pregnant with him at around 18 years old, which, although is very young to have a child, it's not totally impossible. Gin has talked very highly of his mother, and she seems to be a very important person in his life. So important that he used his Asanara wish for her to have a long, healthy life, but we have yet to see her in the game. And granted, there is some sketch art of her by Nankadai, the creator of Your Turn to Die, which shows her with Gin, but it doesn't show her face at all, so it really doesn't confirm what she looks like. And even though we've never seen her face in the game or otherwise, she seems to be a very important character, especially since Midori tells Gin, when referring to his wish, that his mom is healthy and looking after him just as he wished.
Oh my god, that would be such a good line if this theory is true. I really like this theory. It's really cute. Oh my god. Hey Jin, your mom. I love the Jin is Miley's mom theory. It's one of my personal favorites. It's really cute. I like that. The thing is it said in her document something about having a fiance, not a husband. Oh, I see. I don't know if that would be cute because that means Jin's mom would be fine with her own son in a death game. Well, but if Jin is actually the mastermind, I don't know. Yeah, I mean that'd be kind of gross, but if they're like in cahoots, like if they're in on it together, I could definitely see that being a possibility. That's cool. Mommy Miley.
This almost makes it sound like she's watching the death game, and it would make a lot of sense if she was a floor master. In chapter 3, we learn about Miley's past before she became a floor master, and how Asunaro may have convinced her to join the death game. Her original name was Imre Harai, and in the report they mentioned that she was satisfied with her life because there was a man that she was considering marrying. So they may need to drive her beloved mad in order to get her to cooperate. This could support the theory as well, since we learned that Gen's stepfather is an alcoholic. Another aspect of Miley's character that I believe also can support this theory is that Miley has acted suspiciously against Asunaro's wishes a few times in the game, which makes me think she's not truly loyal to them. She also has a pretty big motivation to work against them, considering what they likely did to her lover. Firstly, when Keiji and Sarah snuck down to the first floor, they overhear her having a conversation with somebody else involved in the death game. In this conversation, she states the importance of Rearranger's chip and how it can destroy the place's entire security. This alarms the other person that she's talking to, and they tell her to be quiet in case somebody's listening in. And in response, she says if that's the case, then things would get quite fun, almost implying that she's aware that participants are listening in. Now, if this only happened once, I think it could be chalked up to a coincidence, but there are several other cases of her indirectly helping the participants. Before the second main game, she gives the group a huge hint where she accuses Gashu of transgressing against the rules. This becomes a very important part of the discussion and almost leads to a retrial because of the rules, and this would not have been possible without her comments beforehand. She also gave Sarah the 4 papers containing the winning percentages before the final attraction.
Oh my god, I forgot that that happened. I forgot that she like gave Sarah the papers. That's weird. That's really weird. Oh my god. Huh. Oh, I feel so bad. There are a lot of things that I have like slowly kind of forgotten over time. I'm gonna have to replay it like when the final part comes out, or the like 3rd chapter. I'm gonna have to definitely replay it before the game before I you know finish it out, because that is, oh my god, I forgot that she gave her those papers. That's insane. Jin is so precious, I swear. He is. He's such a good boy.
And when Gashu notices this, he gets very upset, implying that it was also against their wishes. This theory would explain Gen's suspicious behavior in chapter 2 when he accesses the first floor, since if Miley is his mother and is secretly against Asunaro, then she could have been the one to tell him about the secret passageway, and if there is a connection there, it makes sense that he'd be able to travel safely through her floor. There are some potential holes with this theory though. Firstly, we know both Miley's full human name and Gen's full name, and the last names aren't the same. An easy explanation for this could be that Ibushi is his stepfather's last name. Not all kids are willing to take their last name, but I think it's likely that Gen did, since his parents got married when he was only 2 years old. Of course, this is just my speculation though, I just thought I'd point it out. Next, there's no reaction from Gen in chapter 1 when Miley introduces herself. You'd think that he would like faint or yell out mom or react somewhat, but it doesn't really seem like he recognizes her at all. Another potential explanation for this could be what happened during Gen's first trial.
Oh, sorry, yeah, 4th chapter. Oops, my bad. I feel like if Jin's mom isn't Miley, then Miley might be Joe's mom. You think so? Although then that would be really fucked up, because she was really excited to fucking kill Joe. She was like, oh, my son, time to fucking let him get his blood sucked out and drained. That would be really, really fucked up. I don't know if I'd really like that, but I guess I could see it. Although, if we're also going with the theory that policeman is Joe's dad, that would be counterintuitive, because then that means that instead of driving her lover mad, he got killed by a policeman. So those two theories would be contradictory. And I think right now I'm more inclined to believe that Joe's dad is the policeman that our Mr. Policeman knew as a kid. That's interesting though. Hi, I'm a bit late. Oh, no worries. Welcome, Psychedelic. Hello, hello. Happy to have you here. That is definitely interesting, though. I do like that a lot, though. Yeah, I got this stash bag. Mr. Policeman apparently lost his mind in KG's flashback. Oh, I get, yeah. Yeah, I guess that, yeah. No, that's... Oh, shit, that is true. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Oh, no. That is possible. Okay, that's a really interesting theory then, huh? Oh, God, that lines up a little too well, huh? I wish Joe lived longer. Me too. I love Joe. Look at his little PogChamp face. His little surprise Pikachu face. He's so cute. I mean, they do have similar hair, but besides that, they don't really share many similarities besides that. Yeah, well, that's fair. Although, when it comes to games like these, every little detail counts, so it's like, maybe.
Gin is one of the few characters that we know nothing about their first trial, so maybe similar to So's, Miley shows up, except this time she explains the situation to him, tells him to act as if he doesn't know her, so that she can destroy the game from the inside or something along those lines. This, of course, is just my speculation though. I sort of like halfway believe this theory. I mean, like, how could this come from this? But overall, I do find it really interesting nonetheless, and I do think it's more likely than the Gin being the mastermind theory. The next theory I'd like to talk about is not my own. It's just one that I found on Reddit and I thought was really cool. The theory is that the policeman, aka KG's hero,
yeah.
and the one that he ends up killing is actually Joe's dad. The post I found out about this were by the user Bierzels and Nishiki Enjoyer. Of course, there's some surface level reasons to believe this, like their personalities, clothing style, and looks are pretty similar.
Oh, they have the exact same eye color. Holy shit. They have the exact same eye color. Huh. So desu ne. I see. Wait, why? Why does policeman get detailed ears and Joe does not? Sue Miley is canonically 30 and Joe is 17, so the math doesn't really add up unless Miley was a teen mom. Oh, that is true. Yeah, okay, nope, never mind. That's true. Unless she was like a really, really, really young. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
It's notable that their eye color is the same,
yeah,
and even their eye shape is also very similar. But of course, there are a lot more reasons why people believe this. One is that the police officer's name has never been revealed. One time, some dialogue was even just straight up cut out right before his name was said, and it almost seems like his name may have some importance to it, which is why they haven't revealed it yet. And Joe also has an interesting reaction to KG when he reveals that he's a cop. He seems surprised and then condemns himself for being wary of him. Also, when Gin mentions his alcoholic father, Joe gets really quiet and changes the subject, implying that it might be a soft spot for him. And as we know through KG's flashbacks, Mr. Policeman became a dad at some point, and not only this, but he mentions at one point that he wants his son to have a manly name. According to the wiki, the Japanese version contains a pun implying that Joe is his son, and in the past, Nankadai explained that Joe's name is derived from the line "Stand Up Joe," which is from a manly, passionate boxing manga, Ashita no Joe. It's also notable that Joe's kanji could come from this, which according to Jisho means hero/manly person. They also point out that Midori says that Joe was brought into the game as an equalizer to make Sarah weaker. However, if you think about it, every one of those who wasn't on that list was directly associated with somebody else in some capacity. Now it's Mishima and Kugita Kana, but if you consider that Joe relates to Sarah, there ends up being a problem with this. Who does Kai connect to? The theory of Joe being the policeman's dad presents an elegant solution for this, since it could mean that the equalizer for Sarah isn't actually Joe, but is Kai, and that Joe came to the game as an equalizer for KG instead. Lastly, in a live stream that Nankadai did, it contained art that showed Joe in a police uniform. The final theory I'd like to cover is...
That's so cute! Aww! That would definitely be interesting. I didn't realize that there were supposed to be, like, equalizers for everyone. Is it supposed to be for everyone, or is it just, like, for the, like, specific ones that we know, you know, Nao and Mishima, Kugie and Kana? Because I don't think that, like, Kyutaro would have an equalizer, if that makes sense. Maybe the ex-officer was Miley's fiance. See, yeah, that's what we were thinking too. It could be, but then I don't know. I'm just stopping by to say hi. Can't stay for long though. Have a good stream. No worries. Thanks for stopping in, Baking Ninja. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good rest of your day or night or whatever time it is for you. They wear the coats the same way too. Do they? Oh, I didn't even notice that. Oh shoot, I kind of want to here. And they both have the ties. Oh my god, that's fucking cute. I like that. I like that a lot. All right.
Final theory I'd like to cover is that Kai may still be alive. This is another theory that isn't by me, it's just one I found on Reddit that I thought was really interesting. And this one is by the user Mellow is Cool. I'm going to be going through what I believe are the most convincing arguments that they had for this theory. Based on the way he's bleeding, it seems like the way he cut his wrists in order to avoid execution isn't fatal. Likely in his quote-unquote death scene, he just passed out from blood loss. And since he's an assassin, someone who literally specializes in killing, it seems likely that he knew this would be the case. And if you add in the theory of Miley secretly working against Asunaro from the evidence I provided earlier, it's possible she was able to help him after he passed out, and that he's the one on the IV in the back part of her office. Next, they point out that for every other character that's died, it's stated in the text box that they expired. But for Kai, nothing of the sort was stated. There's also that conversation with Joe where there was no audio. They speculate that at least one of them should be alive, so that we can eventually learn what the conversation was about, and that they think that person is Kai. And they also point out that his hand in this photo is too tense for it to belong to somebody who's dead, and that it can't be rigor mortis, which is the stiffening of joints and muscles of a body a few hours after death, since it only occurs hours after death.
Okay, so this is a theory that I know some people had mentioned in the Discord server, and I really want it to be true because I fucking love Kai because he's a good boy. But because that would be, I mean, all of the evidence lines up for it, you know. Oh, hi Rick, welcome. Happy to have you here. I have a weakness for ladies with mustaches. Well, that's good for me then. But hi, I'm happy to see you here. Happy to have you. Yeah, I really like this theory though, because yeah, I mean, there's so many things going for it. The fact that it didn't say he expired. Well, I guess everything that she just listed off. But like the fact that he's an assassin and would know, you know, how the human body works and how he could have like get around that. I didn't even think about that. That would be really cool. And then yeah, so that we could find out what happened between him and Joe, and oh man, that's a really good theory. And I did not think of anything regarding that at all. That's so cool. I like that a lot. I heard a theory that Mr. Policeman might be Sarah's dad instead. I'm not sure if I believe it, but Sarah's biological dad is out of the picture, and that could come up as an important plot point. Oh, that would be interesting. I feel like there hasn't been any like sign to show that he would be, like there hasn't been any like evidence dropped around or, you know, like any clues or hints towards that. But if that was true, I mean, this game kind of has a thing with siblings. It really does, because there was the whole, you know, Kana and So being siblings, and Kana with Kugie. So I'm wondering, they could be kind of going off of the whole sibling thing, and it could be that Joe was actually our brother. And if that was like the case, I would be really sad. Oh man, if they shared the same dad, oh my god. If Kai was actually alive, I'd cry tears of joy. I think me too, because Kai is he's such a lovable character.
Finally, there's the mystery as to how the laptop ended up in the room of Rebel. They state that the third floor was locked before the first trial, so it would have been moved thereafter. I do slightly disagree with this point though, since there is a pretty good chance that Kai was aware of the secret passage and used it to put the laptop in the room of Rebel before the third floor was opened up, but he could have also done it after faking his death too, so I just wanted to include it here. Also, there's the mystery of how Shin found the charger. They speculate that maybe Kai put it somewhere where he felt that Shin would eventually stumble upon it. But anyways, this will conclude the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said before, I worked really hard on this video and it was super duper fun, and I really hope that you guys enjoy it too. Feel free.
That was so good. Oh my god. Here, I'm gonna really quickly here, let's do this. Oh wait, oops, I'm stupid. Here, let's do this. Let's hi. Hello, it's me. Hi. Hello. I'm gonna really quickly pull open this, and I'm just gonna kind of pin the link to that video for right now. I'll put it in the description too after the stream. But yeah, make sure that you go give some love to that video. I'm sure that she worked really hard on it. And it was a really, really well done and well thought out video. And I really enjoyed that a lot. So yeah, definitely go give some love to her. Don't tell her I sent you though. Again, that's really cringe. Oh god, Joe being her brother would make a lot of the art in this fandom very poorly aged. Well, I mean, to be fair, they did specifically say that they were like best friends and that Joe was in a relationship with a different girl. So whose fault would that be? Not the games. In that case, the Joe Sarah shippers would die of embarrassment. You know that there would be a handful of people that would just like hold their ground. They'd be like, well, I'm dying on this hill. It'd be so bad. Oh no. No. Up close and personal, hell yeah. The stash is overwhelming. My god, I have a vid for you to watch. Send it over. Also, hi Ira. Welcome. I'm happy to see you here. Okay, so the next one that we're gonna do is we're gonna go through all of the endings. If you weren't here when I said it earlier, Dara, our very own sweet precious Dara, is the one who uploaded this video. So everyone say thank you, Dara, and then go watch this video and like it. Or else. So let's watch this. Okay, so we saw the islands collapse. That's when you stay on the island for too long and it closes down. Let me see. Yeah, because there's 13 of us. Oh god. Okay. And then this is the one that we've seen where after you escape with Miley, it turns out we're in a simulation and Sarah tells everyone to do the simulation again. You know what they say, incest is wincest. Incorrect. That's gross. That's icky. Is this different? Okay. Let's oh, Jesus Christ, that's so loud. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's read this. I was familiar with these sights. People busily walking along, cars coming and going. The incessant noise was somehow... Bitch! I'm too slow! I'm too slow of a reader! Alright. The incessant noise was somehow comforting. I was truly able to make it back? That promise wasn't a lie? Still unconvinced, I began to walk along, but with each step I took on the asphalt, the more real that step felt. Pant, pant. Before I knew it, I was taking large, quick steps towards that place. The Chittawin home. Oh no! Where the mission I give my utmost loyalty resides. No! I must return there at once. I'm almost there. Very soon I could return to the place I should be. How much have I longed for this day? Here it is. This is it! Welcome back, Kai. And there my senses cut out. Oh! I'll repeat it over and over until I'm satisfied. What the fuck? Yo! That's such a good ending! Holy shit! Oh my god, that's such a good ending! Oh my god. I feel like Joe had genuine feelings for Sarah, but maybe he got friend-zoned by her unintentionally when she introduced him to Ryoko. Oh, I mean, that could be, but it seemed like he really liked Ryoko, though. Maybe. Yeah, this is really well put together. Thank you, Dara. Also, hello, Gengar. Welcome, welcome. After sleeping for the entire day, that's good. That CG is my new favorite CG. Which one? There's minor changes, but nothing major in this one. I tried to put the most similar at the beginning and make the more newer ones at the end. No, that's good. I really enjoy it. That ending... Oh, it hurts my heart because Sarah and he loves the Chitowin family so much and fucking no. Oh, my heart can't take that. What did I miss? So we watched a video about a bunch of different theories with who the mastermind is, and you know, like the policeman being Joe's dad, Kai being alive, different things like that. And then we're now watching the endings for Your Turn to Shine. Don't mind me, let me just take a bunch of screenshots of that Kai CG. Oh. Also, that one was where Sarah died. Really? No. Oh god, I see. So, oh, that hurts my heart knowing that. Okay. Okay. Well, that's great. I'm so glad that when Sarah dies, oh no. He is too good for this world. I was familiar with these sights. People busily walking along, cars coming and going, the incessant noise was somehow comforting. I was truly able to make it back. That promise wasn't a lie? There's a prickling pain in my head. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Did I come back all alone? What about my allies? How had I forgotten my allies? All the allies I lived on the island with. And Miss Sarah too. Why had I forgotten? And why did I remember? No! 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 There's no taking back what I've done. No! I hate this! I don't want to see him cry! No! It is suddenly not a good ending. This is... No! I would pay my life savings for a Cooking Mama style spin-off game with Kai. That would be so good. I don't like this. No, I hate this. Why? Why would they make... No! Why would they make this? I couldn't even keep to my mission. Miss Sarah. Have I only made it back alive, carefree? I just went on lamenting. My voice echoed vainly in the clear blue sky. Oh, my heart. No! Bearded Jin, so we meet again.
What's with you, more like? Was that Miley just deceiving you after all?
Oh, this is the one where they all escape, right? Did we do this one? I can't remember if I did this one or if I just kind of gave up and we didn't. I'm gonna play it as if we didn't. It's your turn. It is. No, I hate Sad Kai. No, his hair looks really weird there, but it's so. Oh god. I'm gonna play it as if we didn't see this already, but if we did, just remind me because I'm dumb. We simply refused before she could trick us. A decisive judgment. Mwahaha. But hey, perfect timing. We have good news.
We fixed the boat. We put fuel in it.
Whoa, for real? We can escape.
Yeah, but adios.
Yes, I did that one. Okay, thank you. All right, let's skip over. I don't remember how it ends though. God, I fucking love this music. It's so good. Boat will reach some harbor, and everyone can smile and return to an ordinary life. The happy ending that anyone would come up with. Happy ending that someone wanted. Delete it. Just oh, okay. Yep. Yep. I remember this now. Okay, I am so excited for this because I don't understand what the whole cooking thing was, and so I'm really excited to see what this ending in particular. I'm so excited. Same thing happens in Mishima's. If you escape, alone he cries. Does he? No, I never saw that one. That makes me so sad. You get that ending if everyone dies except Kai. I hate that. I hate that. Oh my god. The sky tears and time itself feels strange. Perhaps
This is it.
my legs give out and I fall to my knees. Before my eyes is only despair. God damn it. God damn it. Fucking Danganronpa. Fucking Danganronpa has ruined my ability to enjoy people using the word despair. God, fuck this. That's right. What of the beach hut? If there are no other options... wait. Am slow. If there are no other options, I shall at least see if they're safe. Please, let them escape safely. I'm really interested in seeing what the fuck happens here. Everyone, are you alright? Oh. There are even enemies out here? What have you done to the residents of the beach hut? Oh shit, that was a fighting stance. Hang on, they're not enemies. They're customers who came running to our restaurant. What the fuck? Wait. These were their fucking customers? What do you mean? So the whole time that we've been like fucking fighting people, they were the fucking customers. I can't with this. This is fucking ridiculous. I love it. Oh my god. Ah, you're all safe. Kai, thank goodness you're alive. These inhabitants came to protect the beach hut from the island's destruction. What the fuck? Really? Then they truly do have good intentions. We warned you beforehand that you weren't gonna hear despair and hope the same way after playing Danganronpa. It's true, I was warned. I didn't realize just how much it would fucking bother me. Then they truly do have good intentions. Yeah, it's honestly not a problem. We were all set to escape. Come on, as if abandoning these guys wouldn't be the chump thing to do. So we decided to stay too. Why, how resolute. I shall assist you then, given our fellowship. We're in your debt, Kai. We'll protect the customers who love our restaurant. And so we risked our lives resisting the island's destruction, even as the earth split and lightning rained down from the sky. Feeling such fear as if the world were ending, and yet we earnestly helped one another. What? Believing in the bonds we'd formed through cooking. The true ending was the friends we made along the way. It was the dishes we cooked along the way and the meals we ate along the way. But will this destruction truly pass? Will I not regret this choice? I do not know. No fucking way. Welcome! Look at his little chef's hat. Oh my god, and he's got like little bug antennas sticking out of his hair. Oh my god. Look at Hayasaka. Oh my god, this is so cute. I love this. I love this so much. Oh my god. Ranmaru, you're not saying it as loud as the rest. Oh my fucking god. Sorry. And now I work at the beach hut as a chef. What? What? I could only call it a miracle. Not long after that, the island's destruction suddenly stopped. No way, but that's not to say the damage wasn't great. There was nothing left on the island. All that remained were people without a place to live. Let's rebuild the beach hut as a symbol of revival. It was all you who suggested that. Eh? No, it's nothing. This is truly the best ending. Holy shit. I fucking love this so much. Oh my god. This is so good. Holy shit. Kai with the ponytail. Kai with the ponytail. Kai with the ponytail! It's so good. Someone who hasn't played or watched Kai's version of the CG is so cute. It's adorable. It's so good. The fact that you're covering up Ranmaru. Oh, oops, sorry. I guess I am. Sorry, Ranmaru. Here, let me. Oh shoot, I can't move that way. Okay, here we go. There's little Ranmaru. Look at him. Look at him. Look at this boy. he looks so terrified. Oh my god. This is so good. This is so good. Oh my god. Kai got an order, 25 yakisobas and 10 ramens. That's a fuck ton of food. All right, let's split them, Chef Hayasaka. Why am I a chef, not? Move your hands, not your mouth. Hey, what the? Anzu's snacking again. You may deal with her. Oh my god. All right, leave it to me. This is so cute. Whoa, 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 what? What? Why does it look like this? What? My hair had a stroke, did it? Oops. Oops. Oh my god, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why is it like the actual fucking Your Turn to Die building? This is so weird. Oh my god. Uh-huh. This place is full of smiles. The smiles of the Sunnies as they work. The smiles of the island inhabitants as well as customers from outside the island. Before I know it, my own lips are arching up. Oh, happy boy! This is for the best, I'm sure. I ended up living on a different path from my original mission, but part of me enjoys all this bustle. Hey Kai, you spacing out? Ah, forgive me. If there's even a single person in the restaurant... Oh, sorry. If there's even a single person in the restaurant, you give your all for them. That's our job. They're all so serious about this. You seem awfully chipper today. Huh? Did you forget, Kai? Today's when that lady's coming, right? Ha! That's why you're in such high spirits. Eh? Hey, Kai's looking forward to it too, isn't he? She came all the way from the off-island to eat here? What? Oh, welcome back, Jay. I know, he's so happy. Move your hands, not your mouth. I wish Kai would say that to me. This is truly the best timeline. It's so cute. Oh my god. Yes, I am eagerly awaiting it. Then feel free to leave the kitchen to me. Bah, 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 bah. I'm so slow. Then feel free to leave the kitchen to me. Sounds like it's gonna get busy too. No, You just don't get it. Hayasaka, a chef always wants to prepare the feast with their own hands. Yes, precisely. She's here. Pardon me. Look at her! Oh my god! Oh my god! Look at her! Look at her! It's been a long time, Kai. Welcome, Miss Sarah. Oh, and the music! Oh my god! I've really been looking forward to today. I'm glad to see you're so well. Look at her outfit! And her hair is down! And it's really cute! Oh my god! Oh my god. Come on, Dad. You come inside too. What? Why is her dad here? Why is her dad here? Why is he wearing that? What? What the fuck is happening? Sorry.
Nice to meet you.
What? You know each other?
I appreciate the help you gave my daughter.
Yes, nice to meet you, and thank you for the same. Oh, I see. So desu ne. I see. They're gonna pretend they don't know each other. You two are acting kind of funny. This music is so good too, holy shit. Oh, it's nothing at all. So what would you like from the menu? He looks so happy! This is so good! Oh my god! Also, her hair looks like one of the sketches from the art book of her with long hair. Oh, it sounds so cute. Oh my god. Kai is happy, and Sarah is cute, and Oh, right, I need to decide. I was reading the menu at the entrance, but I still couldn't choose. Could I have some more time?
Rare to see you indecisive, Sarah.
Though they absolutely are the most dad clothes ever. Oh my gosh. Her dad be looking fine, I don't know. Her dad always be looking fine. It's the little tiny little floof of hair that tips over for me. Look, I mean, they're all sure to be delicious. Have you decided, Dad?
True, but they're all tasty.
That's not all. Kai's cooking feels somehow nostalgic to me because you've eaten it your whole fucking life. Oh my god, it's... I wonder why. It's like I've known it forever.
I can't wait. Decide quick, okay, Sarah?
You're just planning to go with what I pick, aren't you? So? Then, shall I make the meal that I'm most proud of? It's gonna be fucking Eggs Benedict, isn't it? Isn't it? It's gonna be Eggs Benedict. 100%. It absolutely is. It's gonna be Eggs Benedict. Really? Alright. Give us the Eggs Benedict. Give it to us. Thanks for waiting. Thank you, Ranmaru. No prob. Wow, what an amazing meal. It's radiant.
I'll dig in.
Here goes. How does it taste? It's so delicious.
My. That meal, you've really, improved, Kai.
Thank you. Ah, it's so cute! Oh my god! He's so cute! Thank you very much. What, Dad? You mean you've come here by yourself?
Huh? No.
Unbelievable. You must have come here pretending it was for coverage, didn't you? I'm going to tell Mom.
Forgive me, Sarah. Come on, let's eat before it gets cold.
By all means, take it slow. Thank you very much, Miss Sarah. I owe much to you as well. My heart will always be with the Chitowins. Kai's Story Isle of Cooking reunion end. Oh my god! That was so sweet and so cute and so precious. Oh my god! I love it. Oh, this is incredibly sweet. He just cooked boiled eggs. Will you watch the Mishima Dummy ending too? Is there one? Oh, I didn't know that there was a different ending for Mishima that we missed. Oh, I do want to look at that, but I don't know. Maybe I can look that up. The fact that there's no ominous dialogue of real Sarah resetting the simulation implies that this is the ending she wants. That's so great! All the other endings, she's like, delete it, start it again. And then this one, she's like, this is fine. Oh, adorable. I love that so much. So incredibly much. Oh my god. This is the new Mishima ending. Oh my god, Dara, you're a fucking madman. Oh my god, thank you for this. Oh my god. Holy shit. Before my eyes is only despair. That's right, the beach hut. This is not the time to despair. I must at least see if they were able to safely escape. Oh, so there's the beach hut in this version too? Did they add it? Oh, that's really cool. Also, hi, Viper Sniper. Welcome. Viper Sniper Piper. I love your name. Welcome to the stream. I'm happy to have you here. You're gonna enjoy Mishima Dummy ending. I'm so excited for this. I didn't know that they like changed it so that there's the dummies in Mishima's route too. That's interesting. Is everyone all right? It can't be even here. What has happened to everyone at the beach hut? Hang on, they're not our enemies. They just came to us seeking help. You're all right. Professor Mishima, what should we do? Oh, I didn't say this before, but it's really nice getting to see Kai and Mishima interact with the dummies, because we don't really get that in the main game because, you know, circumstances. So this is actually really sweet. Like imagining it's so fucking cute, god damn it. What do you mean? You surely have the knowledge to escape. These inhabitants have nowhere to go other than this island. So you mean to help them? Don't act surprised. Didn't you teach us? Oh, it's fucking cute! What's truly important is joining forces. Hell, leaving them behind to rot would make us look like real chumps. He's gonna be so proud. You all truly are the most wonderful students. Let us do this. Would a true teacher call his students' decisions a mistake? You'll help, Professor Mishima? Of course, we'll use everything you learned to overcome this trial. Professor? Eh? Out of the way, Professor! Eh? Oh no. What happened? There's a sharp pain in the back of my head. Perhaps a falling tree? I cannot consider it any more than that. Maybe this is it for me.
This is it!
Sorry. But what will become of them? They had finally begun to move from quarreling to believing in each other. Please, don't take away that growth, those feelings. This is so precious. Oh my god, I love this. Oh my god. Yeah, all the characters will have an ending with the dummies, and all of them will have a different minigame with them. Oh, that's awesome. I like that a lot. Will Alice's version be of him teaching the dummies how to murder? We have been robbed of Mishima sprites. They're so... I miss Mishima. He's so good. Please, if there is a god, save them and the people they wish to protect. Please, let me be the only sacrifice. I fucking love Mishima. I love him so much. I love him so much. If there was a way for, like, in the death game for, like, one person to die immediately to let everyone else live, Mishima would have taken that. Absolutely. He's such a good guy. What is this? Is this what I think it is? Where is this? It seems I've been put in a bed. No, I can't move. Is something restraining me? No, that's not it. My muscles seem weak. I can't muster the energy. Have I been sleeping for a long time? Is this... I hate that this is... Is it actually going to show that, like, is it actually going to show the first trial? Is that Kai gets to fucking live his Master Chef dreams while Mishima gets put in the fucking death game? Is anyone there? How heavy my body feels. To get myself up, I'll lean on this door. Huh? With some pain, I open the door. Oh, never mind. Oof, it's bright. Is this light coming through those windows? I rub my eyes and look through them. This scenery! Is that the island? It's dangerous to walk around on your own. Good morning, Professor Mishima. Everyone. You're all right, thank goodness. Huh? What are you saying? Oh my god, sorry. I was so excited. Oh my god. Thank goodness. Huh, what are you saying? You're the one who's fallen apart here. Yeah, you just had to go and sleep for years. For years? What? Oh, also, bye, Jay. I unfortunately have to go now. Right, roleplay, stream. Oh, well, thank you for joining us. I hope you have a good rest of your day, or night, or whatever time it is for you. Spilf, if you could bring one character back to life, who would you pick? Oh, I need to think about this. Oh my god, the fucking debate. I got so fucking debated. Holy shit. You've had to sleep for years? I'm glad, Professor. Wait, who's the blue and red-haired person in the front? Oh my god, that's Anzu. That's Anzu without her hood. Right? Is it? I didn't even recognize. I was like, who the fuck is that? What the fuck? It is Anzu without the hood. Oh, it's so cute. What of the island's destruction? It stopped. There were hardly any losses. It's come back now, and pretty peaceful, actually. My word. Given the way things were headed then, we ended up living on the island ourselves. Wait. Who's the person on the... Oh, that's Mai! Oh my god, Mai without a hat, too! I can't recognize half of these fucking people, holy shit, because they have hats and hoods and stuff. What the fuck? This is so cute! Anzu's hair does look so nice. It looks so cute. It looks so cute. To spread the knowledge you gave us, we turned the beach hut into a school. My heart! You made a school. Not only that, a hospital too. See, nice and comfortable, wasn't it? Oh my... My heart! It's all so amazing, I can't keep up. You were far greater students than I. How can you say that, Principal Mishima? Principal Mishima! Oh, oh. That's right, after some quick rehabilitation, we're gonna have you up and teaching again. My heart! But Principal, obviously, it's the Island Academy of Mishima after all. And yes, Kurumada is... Wait, I think they all have school uniforms on, but it definitely looks like a suit, which fucking drip. Oh my god. Kurumada is a teacher. Oh, he'd have to be a gym teacher. He absolutely would have to be a gym teacher. 100%. Oh my god. Okay. So Hayasaka would be a math teacher. Kurumada, sorry, I was trying to remember his name by thinking of Booba. Kurumada would be a gym teacher. Our fucking fluffy white hair boy, Ranmaru, maybe like an English teacher. I could see him being like an English teacher or something. Fucking Hinako. Oh my god. Oh my god. Mai would definitely be in charge of like home ec. Absolutely. And then, oh man. Maybe Anzu would be the English teacher. I could see Anzu being the English teacher. And then Ranmaru would be like history, and Anzu would be or Hinako would be science teacher. Absolutely. Oh my god, this is so fucking cute. I love this. Anzu would be the art teacher. Oh, maybe. My being the home ec teacher would be my headcanon. Yeah, yep, same. I know, it'd be so perfect. What? That's right, there's a commemorable first job for you to do, Principal. What? Oh yeah, the swearing in. Swearing in? Get prepared, Principal Mishima. The new teacher should already be at the school. What? Please wait, I'm not following at all. No complaining, she's worked hard to meet you. Oh my god, it's gonna be now. Now it's gonna be a new art teacher. It's gonna be now. She's gonna be the art teacher. Oh my god, absolutely, 100%. Oh man, Anzu being a drama teacher would be perfect. Kurumada with a suit is kinda... Ira, stop. This is so cute. Oh my god. Oh, my heart. Still not understanding I was dressed in clothes and having them prop me up. Sorry, oh my god. And having them prop me up. I made my way over to the school. Show me. Give her. Show. Whew. Even just walking is hard. But, so there truly is a school here. You mentioned a swearing in. What would you have me do?
It's been a long time, Professor.
She genuinely looks so cute. Oh my god. And her, the hair and the outfit and she's so pretty. Oh my god. Sorry, no, let me, I was gonna read her lines afterwards, but I need to look at her again. Oh my god. So you really woke up. Look at her. Wife. Huh? You don't know? Miss Now, aren't you? Professor. My heart! I missed you, Professor! I said I wouldn't cry, but that I'd be strong, but as soon as you said my name, you have grown strong indeed. I feel I'm on the brink of death. Sorry. No, a reunion hug ought to be near deadly. Oh. But Miss Now, could the new teacher truly be? Yes. I've studied hard to directly repay the favor when you woke up. She's so cute. My word. Yet, are you all right? I thought your dream was to pursue art. Which is why I'll realize it here. I'll be like you, Professor. A cool art teacher. Miss Now. Please, keep on teaching me lots. Principal Mishima? Indeed. Is this a dream, I wonder? To see my students grown wearing these clothes. If this is reality, then I would vow it for the rest of my life. To always be a teacher to you all. Shima's story, Isle of Study, reunion, end. Oh my god, I wanna like cry. That was so cute. That was genuinely so cute. Oh my god. That was so cute. Holy shit. That was, that was so cute. Oh my god. Alright. Oh shit, I can't make myself big again. You know what, it's fine, whatever. I'm gonna, you guys can see me do my magic of sharing there we go, of sharing that. Yeah, definitely, everyone say thank you to Dara, and definitely go give that a watch and a like, and oh, that was so good. Oh man, that made me so happy. I really like that. Oh my god. I really wish Now was a survivor in the main game. Me too. If Now survived the death game, I now had canon she would be an art teacher. That'd be so cute. Can't wait to see Alice dripped out in Reiko's ending. Oh my god. If Alice isn't in a fucking suit with like a watch or like a chain necklace or something, I don't want it. No ominous dialogue on that Mishima ending either. I guess the real Sarah likes the dummy endings. Yeah, that's, oh, I love it. That's so cute and wholesome and amazing. And I love it. I was so good. So incredibly good. Oh man. All right. Well, we have one more video that we can go over. This one is by Your Turn to Rant, which is a fucking god tier name. I'm gonna skip the introduction, and then it'll. Oh. Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, so I'm gonna click the introduction. Skip that because we already know enough about the game itself. But yeah, I will. I'll pin this one too once we finish the video, and then after the stream, all the links will be in the description. So definitely go give love to all these videos. Very good, very good. So this is the memorandum theory, which I think is the one that we had already gone over, but this one it looks like it goes a lot more in depth into it.
The Hades incident is mentioned about 4 times throughout the course of the game so far, but never in a completely satisfying way. We're still in the dark about what exactly happened during it. Here's what we do know. The Hades incident refers to the first Death Game, which had taken place decades ago. It was a battle for influence among major crime rings during a time when the police were really cracking down on organized crime. Due to pressure from the police, as well as infighting among the criminals, the crime rings decided it would be better to unify into a single organization. The crime rings chose representatives, all of whom fought amongst one another until only one person remained.
Okay, bye, Safi. I hope you have a good night. I hope you get lots of good sleep. Yeah, I watch a lot of, shockingly, I watch a decent amount of VTubers, enough for me to get a lot recommended to me.
This survivor went on to reign at the top of criminal society. We're told that the organization didn't last long, however. Justice always prevails, Keiji tells Sarah. The police do their job sometimes.
I can't wait for the other dummy endings for the grown-up sprites. I have to go. Oh, okay, no worries. Thank you, Andrea. I hope you have a good rest of your night. I hope that you get a good rest as well. Or have a good rest of your day. And hopefully we'll see you next time.
But do they really, though? Let's put a pin in that one for now. Flash forward much later, and Sarah runs into an invisible message written by a Hades incident refugee, Gokujo Shinobu. Gokujo...
I want to know more about Gokujo, because I definitely, like, I get strong Kai vibes from the silhouette, but I don't, like, this is the theory that I'm most, or I guess, like, not theory, but this is the plot point that I'm most interested in learning about, is this Gokujo guy. I really want to know more about him.
Writes that although he originally agreed to restructure the criminal underworld, he doesn't agree with killing through a majority vote. Gokujo goes on to reveal that the 6th floor has an escape room that no one but him knows about, inviting whoever finds the message to visit him so they can build a new criminal underworld together. For the purposes of this theory, the most important part of this scene is that it reveals the Hades incident took place in the same facility that Sarah and the others are in right now, which makes a lot of sense when you take into account the memorandum that Sarah read in the previous chapter. And that leads us to the memorandum. In Chapter 2, Part 2, Sue launches an escape plan using the chip taken from Realizer's head. To pull it off, he needs to enter a secret room that Gashu has access to and use the chip to take down the facility's security. Inside the secret room, we find several items. One is the portrait of a man in a suit, titled Inauguration. Nankadai isn't even trying to be subtle here.
Okay, has anybody seen the show Ruby, RWBY? Every time that I see this dude with the gray hair, I always think that it looks like Ozpin. Every single time that we like see here, I'm like, oh, it's Ozpin. Wait, no, this is very different from Ruby. We better be seeing Urshin and Stronghold in Reiko and Alice's dummy endings.
We also find the Floor Master's coat on top of a table. Beside it is an old green book, a memorandum titled That Incident. Again, zero subtlety. Inside this memorandum, the writer details events that happened to him quite some time ago. Just like Sarah and the others, he underwent a first trial in which he killed someone and decided that he wouldn't trust others. He went on to not participate in the Russian roulette, but watched as a spectator instead. The challenger chosen for the Russian roulette was a 17-year-old schoolgirl. She went on to be a central figure in the first victim conference, in which she lost her best friend. So far, this sounds strangely familiar, doesn't it? I'll get into that later. Anyway, the writer tells us that in the second victim conference, a boy younger than the schoolgirl and a man whose views most aligned with hers both died. Clearly, this upset her. The writer felt pity for the schoolgirl, and for the first time spoke his true feelings to her. The conversation that he had with her resulted in him coming to greatly admire her. He was even fine with dying if it meant that she won. But she died in the third victim conference. The writer mentions that he's been deeply impacted by her death ever since. He still sees hallucinations of her and is unable to love women that he forms relationships with.
What if this was KG? Deadass, what if this was KG? Because no, this is such a stupid theory. But if it was KG, I mean, it would make sense as to why he's like constantly like trusts Sarah and has been like trying to get everyone to like ally with her. And yeah, that's about all I got. That's all I got. That's my theory. This is KG for literally no fucking reason. It's definitely not. So glad you're watching this one. It's such a good theory. Me too. It looks. I'm excited to hear the rest of this. It does look like Ozpin.
This is a grown man, obsessed with a schoolgirl. There's a lot to unpack here, but let's just throw away the whole suitcase. The memorandum ends with the incomplete sentence, "Even now to me, she is ... So, we just got hit with a lot of information. While it's not made explicit, it is obvious that the memorandum is covering what happened in the first death game, otherwise known as the Hades incident. The memorandum being titled That Incident pretty much bludgeons you over the head with that fact. And don't forget that the Hades incident took place in the same facility, which means that the person who wrote this, and who was the sole survivor of the first death game, is the leader of the Unified Criminal Organization. The portrait in the secret room must be his as well. After all, the word inauguration has several definitions. 1. The beginning or introduction of a system, policy, or period. 2. The formal admission of someone to office. Or 3. A ceremony to mark the beginning of something. I get the feeling it's meant to be all of the above in this case. But this begs the question, why is this man's portrait and memorandum in Gashu's secret room? To me, the answer seems pretty obvious. Because, unlike what Keiji had told Sarah, that the criminal organization formed after the Hades incident fell apart, the opposite is true. That organization is still going strong, and its name is Asunaro.
I think KG would
There
be
are
about...
many hints
oh,
that
sorry. I think KG would be about 7 when the Hades incident happened. That's, you know... It was nice while it lasted. My theory was enjoyable while it existed. But now it has already been debunked. So, never mind that. Thank you for coming to Spilf Theories. But that's just a theory. A Spilf theory. Thanks for watching.
Asunaro is the unnamed criminal organization that Keiji mentions. Kai's laptop is the biggest clue. In the files, Kai reveals that he was an agent for the secret organization behind the death game, and that he was raised as an assassin from a young age. When he was unable to kill another human being, he was eventually tasked with becoming a bodyguard of sorts for Sarah. He admits that he doesn't know why the death game is happening, only that it seems to revolve around Sarah in particular. More on that later. Hayasaka also lends us some information on Asunaro. Since he worked for a company that dealt with medical machinery and information, he had dealings with the shadowy organization. He explains that Asunaro appears to be an upstanding company that conducts medical research, but they're connected to shady businesses and produce illegal medicines. There's even rumors of them being involved in drug trafficking and human experiments. He adds that Asunaro controls the dark side of society. Then there's a revelation about Keiji's past, which we've been learning throughout the course of the game. In a series of flashbacks, we learn more about his time as a detective and what resulted in him leaving the police force. Basically, Keiji became a policeman because of his role model, who he looked up to since he was a child. However, his superior Megumi Sasahara informs him that his role model is no longer part of the police force. When he does some investigation into the matter, Keiji learns that he had been trying to expose a certain darkness in the police before being fired by none other than Megumi.
Am I crazy, or does this policeman kind of look like Sarah's dad? Like the hair. No, I'm just crazy. Alright, sorry, never mind. Never mind. Your theory gets shot down faster than a quick draw.
Sometime after this, Keiji shoots and kills a supposed criminal during a confrontation. A criminal who turns out to have been his role model, and who had been unarmed. Rather than being punished for killing someone, Keiji faces no consequences. Megumi had covered up the truth by writing it off as self-defense. He ends up quitting the force sometime after, out of frustration and anger. Interestingly, Midori is in possession of the gun that Keiji had used and knows all about the cover-up. How much of a grasp do you have on the police? Keiji asks Midori. How much indeed, Midori says. Enough to feed false info about the gun? And enough to insert a fired policeman into your tragic story, maybe? Then he reveals he was the police officer who told Keiji that the criminal was armed and going to shoot.
Alright, never mind. Well, there we go. There's Spilf theory number 2 debunked. Already fucking debunked! I think you're crazy, but I also think that Nanki Dai would pull off something like that. Well. Everyone is Sarah's dad, and everyone is the mastermind, and that's my ultimate theory. My ultimate gamer girl theory.
All of this lines up with Alice's manipulated memories in Chapter 3, Part 1b. We were told that Alice had been incarcerated because he had murdered someone. However, we find out that although he had supposedly killed Suhiori, Midori had already been part doll at the time. Instead, it seems that Alice may have been imprisoned because he found out about the death game, and how Reko was to be a participant in it. This reveal is corroborated by the Asunaro logo that Alice remembers in his jail cell. Midori even visits him in prison in order to get Alice to sign the consent form, after he had been convicted of murdering Suhiori. From all of this information, it's obvious that Asunaro is part of the criminal underworld. Not just that, but the amount of power and influence they have points to them being at the top of the underworld.
Okay, I forgot. Did we find out what Alice's wish was? Because I know that Jin's was for his mom to be happy and healthy. And then I think that Kyutaro's had something to do with his body for, like, baseball. Do you guys remember what Alice's wish was? Or was it ever shown? For some reason, I just can't remember what it was. What if Watson is the mastermind? That would be amazing. The real mastermind is the friends we made along the way. You're not wrong. I think it'd be cool if there was a death game where everyone thinks they're the mastermind. They all think that they're the ones in charge, but then they, like, are, you know, they can die and they're like, wait, this wasn't in my plan. That would be so funny. Holy shit.
As Hayasaka said, as if they were, say, a unified organization composed of several crime rings. Kind of like the same organization that came about after the Hades incident. Emphasis on Hades, who was king of the underworld. just like how Asunaro is in a way. I honestly don't know how much clearer I can make this. Asunaro has to be the unified organization that Keiji brings up to Sarah. All signs seem to point to this. But how could that be, when Keiji had told Sarah that the police had already taken care of them years ago? Well, if you take everything I just outlined into account, it seems highly likely that the unnamed criminal organization had never been dismantled by the police. Instead, Asunaro had managed to infiltrate the force.
Alice's was to see Reiko again? Oh, I see. Okay. I kind of forgot about that. Oh, okay. Oh, and then, okay. All right. That makes sense. And then, yep. And then, it really makes me upsetty, the whole way that things turned out for Alice, because he didn't even end up killing anyone, but he went to jail, and then his sister hated him, and it's all because he was trying to protect her, and in the end, all that he wanted was to just see her again, and then if Reiko dies, then it's like, wow, that's, oh my, it's fucked.
By convincing everyone that the organization had fallen apart, they've managed to exist in the shadows ever since. Basically, Asunaro has taken great pains to ensure that the general public knows little to nothing about them. They appear to be a company that conducts medical research, when in reality they are part of the criminal underworld and have a lot of influence over several businesses and institutions. And they would have to be in order for them to get away with doing illegal human experiments to create dolls, and putting together a second death game. And with that, we're officially on the same page. We can finally take what we've discussed so far and really get into the memorandum theory. So here we are. After about 12 or so minutes of me mainly regurgitating events that took place in the game, we can finally discuss the theory this video is about. By now you must be wondering,
what does it mean? What does it all mean?
well, here's an overview of the memorandum theory. Essentially, the candidates are related to the original crime rings that came together to form Asunaro, and the current death game is a way to choose a new leader from among them. However,
Among Us? Sorry. The only reactions that I can give to this are really bad theories and really shitty jokes. Nankidai has a personal grudge against the Yabusames for some reason. I know, I hate it. I don't know why, it just...
Unbeknownst to everyone else, the writer of the memorandum wants Sarah to win.
Nankidai just hates siblings. Nankidai is an only child, and they're like, you know what? I'm jealous that I never got my siblings, so I'm gonna make all my siblings in my game suffer.
Because she is so similar to the schoolgirl he still admires. He's even taken steps to ensure that she wins. This is a pretty common theory, I think. As I said earlier, I've noticed a lot of fans bring up certain parts of it, but rarely ever compile it together into one post, or in this case, video. I'm also going to provide evidence that hopefully hasn't been mentioned all too often in support of this theory. For the purposes of organization and clarity, I separated that evidence into 3 parts, or sections. First, we'll look at the difference between candidates and participants. Second, Sarah's significance in the death game. And finally, Sue's 0% chance of survival. First up is the difference between candidates and participants. During the discussion portion of the second main game, Sue reveals that the roster is the victory rates of the participants, meaning their chances of survival. When pressed by Sarah if he knows anything more, he says that Sumiley might have used the word candidates instead of participants. This is a bit of a light bulb moment for the group. Now points out that the 9 AIs in the monitor room were of candidates who survived the first trial. From there, Sarah realizes that the words candidate and participant aren't interchangeable. In total, the current death game has 20 participants and 16 candidates. Joe, Kai, Nao, and Kugi are singled out, since they aren't on the roster.
Joe, Kai, Nao, and Kugie. I still want to know what this means, because I know that, like, we know for a fact that Nao was not supposed to be part of the game. And then, does that mean that none of these 4 were supposed to be? But I don't, I know that's not right, because they specifically brought Joe in order to, be, like, a catalyst for Sarah, to make her angry, or to, like, weaken her and, like, level out her score. And he also had, well, he didn't really have an AI, but there was a doll of him, right? So, is that, I guess I'm just a little confused as to, were all of these supposed to be people that weren't involved in the death game, but they just accidentally joined in, but then there are some contradictions in there too. Because I feel like Kugie could have just accidentally gotten taken away with Kana. That's definitely believable. Kai could have freaked out finding out that Sarah was going to be taken from the into the death game and could have chased her. Now we know definitely was not supposed to be there. So so far it could be that Joe is the only outlier. I guess I'm still not fully. I still don't fully understand with that. Does anybody remember what the doll's purpose was? To be lovable characters. No, the dolls in general. Like, why were they made in the first place? That's a good question. Maybe just to fuck with the candidates? I think. Maybe they were just never meant to survive. Maybe. Possibly they were extras not included in the AI test. They went out and killed them. Oh, I see. They were. Oh no, that would make me sad. They were never meant to. Oh, that would make sense. If they were never meant to survive, that's actually really smart. Possibly they're extras not included in the AI test. They went and killed them. Oh, gotcha. Kugie. I think they're supposed to balance the victory percentages. I see. I don't like that.
They're participants, but not candidates. Thus, they have no odds of surviving. In Sarah's own words, candidates are the only ones with the qualifications, the right, those who fulfill the conditions to be the ultimate winner. But although we are told that this is the difference between candidates and participants, we aren't told what the qualifications of a candidate are. This is where the backgrounds of the candidates become important. When we scrutinize what we know about the main cast, a few of their backstories stand out. Kyutaro grew up in an orphanage, Kana was adopted into the Kizuchi family, and even Sarah is revealed to not be related to her father. This wouldn't be so alarming if we didn't eventually find out that the orphanage Kyutaro grew up in was named Asunaro. Although Kyutaro says that everyone he knew there were good people, it's still suspect. Why would Asunaro be operating an orphanage? Fans online began speculating that maybe everyone in the cast are orphaned or adopted, and that they are all connected to Asunaro. Of course, only Kyutaro and Kana are confirmed to fall under that umbrella.
Wait. Then who is connected to Kai then? Kai, I thought that Kai was was connected to Sarah. And then, wait, shoot, we just watched a thing about this. Maybe. Because Kugie was for Kana. Nao was for Mishima. And then there's Kai and Joe. Huh. Yeah, Joe has an AI and a doll. I think there's a theory where Joe was actually the one dragged in with Sarah, and where Kai was the one that was dragged in with Sarah and not Joe. Yeah, I could see that happening. Huh. And that Joe has something major to do with Asunaro since he has a doll. What if Joe was the mastermind? Right? Like, what if our cute little lovable dork was actually the mastermind? It would be really dumb. And, would make no sense. But it could probably maybe happen. Oh, people think that Joe might be for KG. Oh, that's right. Okay, I remembered. I was like, wait, there was something about this in the last theory video that we saw. That would make sense because Mr. Policeman's son, if it's Joe, then Joe would be the catalyst for KG. That's interesting. I see. Since Sarah's the highest win rate by a long shot, it could be possible that she needed 2 handicaps. That is also true. Because they weren't meant to be there.
As for Sarah, there's still the possibility that she's blood related to her mother. That's hardly the entire cast. But Gasho and Midori go on to add credence to this theory. Gasho asks everyone if they have ever harbored doubts about their upbringing. Meanwhile, Midori confirms that everyone has missing or manipulated memories, stating that the key to everything is remembering their past. Suddenly, the characters' backgrounds that have been revealed to us up until now are thrown into question. If it's possible for Asunaro to manipulate memories without the person whose memories have been changed realizing it, then anything is possible. The candidates could be orphaned or adopted, and they don't even remember it. Of course, you can argue that the memories Midori was talking about could be how the candidates were made to forget about their interactions with him. But I think that there are more memories to be uncovered. After all, we still don't know why Asunaro chose these specific people to be candidates in the death game. That's one of the things Midori said their past would answer. Nankina has been hinting that the past has deeper ties to Asunaro in other ways as well. For instance, Japanese fans discovered that Sarah's ID, Samurai Ana, is an anagram for Mina Asunaro. In English, that translates to everyone Asunaro. Another hint is the memorandum itself.
Oh.
It's pretty obvious that the death game described within it is eerily similar to the current death game. The writer mentions a 17-year-old schoolgirl who is charismatic and assumes a leadership role. She is chosen to be the challenger in a Russian roulette game and loses her best friend in the first victim conference. All of which describes what happens to Sarah Chidwin, our protagonist, perfectly. Nankadai even created CGs for the memorandum, where we can see a silhouette of the schoolgirl, who looks very similar to Sarah, save for a few differences. Sarah isn't the only one who has a counterpart in the memorandum. If you take a moment to study the other CGs, it becomes obvious that the man who has the same values as her looks a lot like Keiji. At one point, Keiji even admits to Sarah that she reminds him of him, and they work closely together for most of the game. The two of them having same values doesn't sound like a stretch to me. If you entertain the idea that there's some connection between the two death games, the boy who is younger than the schoolgirl must be Gin's counterpart, since he fits the description. Gin is the only boy in the entire cast who is younger than Sarah, and we are meant to notice these similarities. On the Your Turn to Die wiki, there are transcripts from the game's files of several deleted scenes and dialogue. If you don't mind potential future spoilers, be sure to check them out. They're really fascinating.
I think Kai was brought in at the last second because he was trying to interfere with the death game. That would make a lot of sense. Yeah, I definitely could see that being a possibility. Sarah basically doesn't know Kai anywhere near as much as Joe. That's true. I guess that wouldn't be as much of a catalyst for her as it would be for, like, Kai. So punishment, he was put into the death game. That would make sense. I think aside from the Joe equalizes Keiji thing, that Joe could be brought in as Sarah's equalizer while Kai brought in as punishment for failing his mission or something. Yeah, that would definitely make a lot of sense. Midori was against adding Joe earlier, meaning that Asunaro has already prepared a Joe AI for Sarah, only as a way to reduce hallucination and maybe reduce her chances of death. Oh, I see.
One of these deleted scenes was of an alternate memorandum. Most of the details are the same, but Now and Gin are also present and reading it alongside Sarah. Now points out how the schoolgirl sounds like Sarah, while Gin brings up Keiji when an ex-detective is mentioned. Interestingly though, no one says anything about the younger boy being Gin. Yet another reason why Gin is so suspicious. What are you hiding? But that has nothing to do with this theory, so let's move on. This just leaves the last person featured in the CGs, the writer. It has been speculated by fans online that he is meant to be Sue's counterpart, and I agree. The writer mentions that he didn't trust the other participants, he didn't take part in the Russian roulette, and he alludes to having a persona, or at the very least hiding his true feelings from the others. Out of the main cast, all of this fits Sue to a T. His positioning beside the writer's portrait in the secret room is arguably deliberate, and points to this being the case as well. I'd also argue that the writer's silhouette resembles Sue. He's just not wearing a beanie and seems to be in a hoodie. The fact that it's not an exact resemblance doesn't take away from him being Sue's counterpart, since the schoolgirl isn't an exact replica of Sarah either. All of this proves, in my opinion, that the current candidates have ties to Asunaro. Specifically, they have ties to the original candidates, who were chosen as representatives by the crime rings. This is why I believe the current death game is a way to choose Asunaro's next leader. It would also explain why Gashu was so against the possibility of Now, the only non-candidate left, surviving to the third and final main game. Gashu is extremely loyal to Asunaro, so of course he wouldn't want someone with no connection to the organization to potentially become the new leader. That's why he ensured Now died by interfering with the death game and giving her the sacrifice card. By now, you might have noticed how I've mentioned that the original and current candidates must be related somehow, but been pretty vague about how they're related.
My god, sorry, every time that, like, Now was brought up or I see a picture of Now, I can't stop thinking about her grown-up sprite, and it's so fucking cute.
Is it by blood? Maybe they're from the same crime family? Or are they an advanced version of dolls, made to be as similar to humans as possible, down to being able to bleed? I'm being vague because I'm not entirely sure. I want to lean more towards them being from the same crime family as their Hades incident counterparts, but that doesn't quite explain everything. Like the similarities between Sarah and her counterpart, for instance. It just feels like there's more at play here. We just don't know what yet. While I don't have a clear answer, as there is still so much we don't know, it's obvious that the original and current counterparts are linked. I believe we will learn just how they are in the future, when the memorandum is brought up in a major way, and I have no doubt that it will be brought up again. It's a huge Chekhov's gun that Nankadai still has in his arsenal, and he's going to fire it eventually. Of course, none of this touches upon why Sarah is so integral to the death game. Time and time again, we're told by various characters just how important she is. In Kai's letter, he says there's a possibility the death game's objective may revolve around Sarah, and that the organization needs her. Then there's Hayasaka's victim video, in which he asks if they were all gathered for Sarah's sake. Even Gashu, when he's having his little breakdown during the second main game, calls Sarah the chosen one. There seems to be an obvious divide between Sarah and the others.
God, that fucking breakdown that Gashu had genuinely like made me super uncomfortable. Where his head's like snapping and stuff. I was like, ew, don't like that. Oh gosh, yeah, that unused CG with Reiko and Alice in the main game. Yeah, it's so good.
Including the candidates that are also meant to have a chance of survival. Part of it may be because of her high victory rate, as shown in the roster, but perhaps it also has to do with how similar she is to the schoolgirl in the memorandum. I find it difficult to overlook the fact that the writer was so stricken by Sarah's counterpart, to the point that he wanted her to win, even at his own detriment. Could it be that as a result of this obsession, the writer wants Sarah to be the new leader? The fact that the current death game so closely follows the original, at least up until the second main game, seems to hint at this. I'm not sure whether this resemblance is a coincidence that can be explained by the current candidates being related to the crime rings, or if it's completely orchestrated by Asunaro and or the writer. Regardless of which one it is, I do think the writer is trying to mold Sarah into becoming an exact copy of her counterpart. Recall when Sarah asks Midori why she's part of the death game, when she never signed the consent form like the others had. He answers that she was there because someone wished for it. Fans have speculated that maybe it was Joe or KG or some other candidate who wished for Sarah's involvement. But what if it was actually the writer? However, what really made me certain of the writer's plans for her was Midori's explanation of why Joe was brought into the death game. He tells Sarah that the participants were all included because they either helped or hindered a candidate. Now in Kugi, for instance, were Mishima and Kana's helpers. But Joe is meant to weaken Sarah, since she is in the lead. In the worlds without Joe, Midori goes on to explain, Sarah was completely ruthless. She had a strong survival instinct, refused to give up, and was cunning and resourceful. She would even inspire sympathy for herself by pretending to be upset over the others' deaths, despite being the one who orchestrated them in the first place. Her motto might as well have...
That's what that... Okay, I am such a fucking idiot. I never understood that. I was like... I was always confused because I didn't really put two and two together that this and the like this like flashback and then the flashback of her stabbing so were like the same timeline, I guess. But now that like it's been specifically, you know, stated to me, that is so incredibly fucked. The fact that she like killed So and then oh no, evil Sarah is really fucking gross. She's really fucking stinky. Oh my god.
been gaslight gatekeep girl boss. That said, Midori's comment about maintaining the balance and making the victory rates equal just doesn't ring true to me. There is no way you can have an equal opportunity deathmatch when you're forcing children to face off against adults. Especially not when only Kana is given a helper, whereas Gin and Hinako just have to fend for themselves, despite having even less of a chance than Kana of surviving. It just sounds like a weak excuse. I can't help but think that that's the justification the writer gave Asunaro.
No, I never realized that. I'm sorry. I'm a little slow. I didn't realize that it was like that those two like photos went together. I thought I don't know what I was thinking. It wasn't much though. Here's a tip: if you see weird snowflakey stuff in a CG with a black void background, it's AI stuff. It's just in case anybody wants that intel. Oh, interesting. Huh.
When the truth is different. Maybe Joe's inclusion wasn't a way to weaken Sarah. It was a way to instill her with hope. After all, throughout the time he was alive, he had acted as her moral compass and cheerleader. He reminded her to trust others no matter what, and boosted her confidence when she was at her lowest. Meanwhile, in the Sue Lives route, where Sarah forgets Joe, she seems to be transforming into the person she would have become if she had entered the death game alone. Someone who puts her survival over everything and everyone. Although Midori approves of this version of Sarah, I doubt the writer of the memorandum would be as pleased. If he does want her to become his successor, that would be the complete opposite of what he wants. Think back to the memorandum, and how he describes the schoolgirl. She has overwhelming charisma, a talent for getting people in order, and is deeply impacted by the deaths of those closest to her. That sounds exactly like the Sarah we know, who was determined to escape the death game with the others. Maybe that's why Kai was instructed to keep an eye on Joe and Ryoko, to see which of her best friends would inspire the most hope in Sarah and act as her moral compass. It could also explain the reason why Joe is the only non-candidate who has an AI and a doll. I'm not sure whether those involved in creating the death game are aware of the writer's fixation, though. It seems like they may have an idea, but perhaps they don't know just how determined he is to ensure she wins, with her morality intact. Regardless of whether they know, I feel like the writer is doing whatever he can to ensure Sarah becomes more like her memorandum counterpart, and that might include getting rid of her strongest competition. I'm not talking about Kurumada, who has the second highest chance of survival according to the roster. I mean Sue, or Shinsukimi.
I really hope that we get a proper Hanako sprite one day. Me too. I want to know what she looks like. I know that they kind of like give her like fluffy hair when they're, you know, for the to show that it's like a different person, but I really want to see what Hanako looks like. I'm sure that Nakidai will like will do a picture of that at some point. I feel like he would.
Although we're told that Sue, despite being a candidate, has a 0% chance of surviving, we never find out why that is. Which is why it's so difficult for me to believe it. Even Hinako has a higher chance of surviving, and she's a middle school student who is suicidal. She has no interest in her own survival, and even thanks to a ranger just before dying in her first trial. It's suspicious that Sue's victory rate is so abysmal in contrast. Let's look at what we know about Sue. He's intelligent and clever, as evidenced by his talent for hacking and ability to navigate discussions during the main games. He always has a plan that gives him an advantage over others, and even accounts for how his opponents will react to those plans. Of course, he isn't infallible, but in every main game, he keeps Sarah, Keiichi, and the others on their toes. He's an impressive adversary, and for a short time, a strong ally.
That is weird. Okay, oh God, I really like this video. It's making me think a lot. I just kind of assumed that all of the numbers on that list were right, but if the percentages on that list are not all accurate, and if like some people's percentages are supposed to be different, that would make a lot more sense, because if like Kana and Mishima, if they were actually like, if their percentages were really, really bad, but they, you know, they changed them on the list, that would explain why they would have like helpers. But at the same point, I don't know. Cause yeah, so definitely, even though he's really weak physically, he definitely seems a lot more capable of surviving, at least, yeah, like longer than some of the other candidates. I guess I didn't even think about the fact that the percentages might be rigged. I guess I just kind of assumed that it was true, but that's a really interesting point. Huh. Maybe makes sense, since the writer goal was the opposite of Midori's, why he wanted Joe to be included while Midori didn't. Oh, yeah. No, that makes sense. Interesting.
So how does Sue manage to not win a single death game in the AI tests? I have seen posts online posit that it's because of Kana, that in every test he's willing to sacrifice himself as long as she survives. While that's definitely a possibility, it overlooks how it's possible for Sue to have gotten the sacrifice card a few times in these tests. In which case, what's stopping him from manipulating the discussions, getting everyone to vote for him, and surviving with Kana? He doesn't manage to pull this off in even one of these tests. I also understand that the Sue we know and Shin Tsukimi are practically separate entities. When we meet the Shin AI on the 5th floor, he's bubbly, somewhat naive, and empathetic towards Sarah and the others. To use a cringy, outdated meme, he's a cinnamon roll. Too good for this world.
It's the
But I
Ovo
think being kidnapped
boy.
and forced to kill other human beings by vote could bring out anyone's darker inclinations. And we know that he has it within him to do whatever it takes to survive. Even without learning about the roster, I feel like there's a possibility that he'd become desperate enough to manipulate it and abandon the others. Yet he still has no chance of surviving. To me, that seems deliberate. And if the writer of the memorandum is doing what he can to help Sarah win, it would make sense for him to sabotage Sue. After all, the writer is Sue's counterpart, just like the schoolgirl is Sarah's. In the first death game, the schoolgirl had died in the 3rd victim conference, while the writer emerged the victor. In order to ensure this doesn't happen for a second time, I wouldn't put it past him to basically nerf Sue. I'm sure some people believe that Asunara letting Sue know everything and giving him the roster was a way to help him, like how the participants were included to help some of the lower ranking candidates. But I have to disagree. Shin believed that by becoming Suhiri, he had a better chance of winning the death game. If he prioritized his survival and actively worked against the others, maybe he'd be able to manipulate the situation and come out on top. But as we saw in the first main game, his plan falls apart very early on. Instead of managing to turn everyone against Sarah, his strongest competition, he fails miserably and draws the ire of the others. It's only through Kana's help and his own resourcefulness that he survives for as long as he does. Imagine if he hadn't kinned his bestie/frenemy though. Sue wouldn't have put such a huge target on his back by antagonizing the others and could have possibly survived to the 3rd and final main game. Which is why I believe the writer of the memorandum sabotaged him by allowing him to know about the death game in the roster. I get the feeling that he managed to similarly sabotage the AI tests as well. There's enough mystery around that 0% chance for me to think that it's suspicious and altered somehow.
That is true. That's a really, really good point. I really like this. Oh, god damn it. I'm really enjoying
Then there is
this.
Shin's shadow, which we see in the prologue of Chapter 1, Part 1, and a few times in Chapter 2, Part 2. When Shin is freaking out, realizing that he has no chance of surviving, and certain that the others will kill him by vote, his own shadow speaks to him. The sprite is mainly a silhouette, apart from one CG where we see that it looks just like Shin. This is only a prediction and not really substantiated by anything, but I can't help wondering if Shin's shadow is actually a doll. After all, before his shadow practically orders him to distrust the others and change himself, Shin hadn't come up with the idea of becoming Suhiri. He had just been having a mental breakdown over what he'd learned, which, understandable given his situation. Nankidai used Shin's shadow in this scene to serve as a metaphor for his fractured sense of self, similar to how Sarah's hallucination of Joe represents her guilt over his death. Shin is so desperate to survive that he decides to take on the persona of Suhiri, forsaking the person he used to be. But it could also serve another important function in the narrative. If his shadow was a doll, then it might give credence to the idea that the writer is manipulating Sue so that he will alienate himself from the other participants. The roster may, essentially, be a self-fulfilling prophecy. However, I will admit his shadow being a doll is a bit more far-fetched and questionable than other evidence I've brought up to support this theory. Still, I figured I'd mention it since it is an intriguing idea.
That is definitely interesting. I guess, yeah, I never really thought of the possibility of them using the dolls in that way, and like using them in secret for the most part, because I've always thought, you know, it would be in much more like obvious and like abrupt ways. But if you think about it, them using dolls like that in, you know, in the background, and if they're like ever using it in ways that we don't see as Sarah, that adds like a whole nother layer to this whole I guess the concept of Your Turn to Die and all of the intricacies of it. It adds a lot of open doors for like potential things that could happen. And oh god, I fucking love this game so much.
The fact remains, I do think the writer sabotaged Sue's chances of survival, and he did this because he wants Sarah to win the death game and become his successor, just as he had wanted the schoolgirl to win all those years ago in the first death game. This is his chance to finally right the wrong he believes was made back then. It's what all these years of planning and scheming leads up to, for him anyway. And that's the memorandum theory. I've finally gone over all the evidence that I believe supports it, but we're not done yet. There's still a few things that I'd like to add. Now that we've finished examining this theory, I thought I should discuss where it leads exactly. Is it possible to use this theory to predict what will happen in the future part or parts of Your Turn to Die? I have a few vague ideas and predictions for the future of the game. Two of them are either based on or tied to the memorandum theory, so those are the ones I want to focus on in this video. The first one has to do with the writer of the memorandum's identity. Now, I've seen a few theories trying to guess who the mastermind behind the death game is. Joe and Gin seem to be the usual suspects. While I agree that both characters have several mysteries floating about around them, I don't think they're mastermind material.
Why do a lot of people think that Joe is the mastermind? With Jin, I can see it because there's a lot extra going on. No collar. Well, like we haven't seen the collar. He knows a lot more. You know, about like secret passages and stuff like that. Didn't get caught by Miley. You know, there's a lot going on to where he could potentially be the mastermind. So him I get, but why Joe? I feel like Joe is kind of a weird choice to think that he's the mastermind. I think I might have even called him the mastermind earlier. But Joe, I just can't see it. Maybe it's because of how much he was guiding Sarah when he, you know, was around. But I just really can't see it at all.
In my opinion, the writer of the memorandum, also known as the leader of Asunaro, is the one orchestrating everything from the shadows. But who is the writer? Have we met him already? Let's take another look at the portrait we find in Gashu's secret room. As I stated before, this is most likely a portrait of Asunaro's leader. In the portrait, he's wearing a black suit with a blue collared shirt and red tie, and his hair is gray. Strangely, his suit looks exactly the same as the Meister's. We see his portrait in Chapter 1, Part 1, and he actually talks to Sarah and the others, introducing himself as the master of the room during the Russian roulette game. But recently, he showed up in person, wearing the same suit as well as bandages concealing his face.
Oh my god, I did not even realize that. I didn't realize that the inauguration picture, the suit was the same. Oh my god, there's so many cool little details. I love this so much. Oh my god. Oh wow. Oh man. Also, yes, Flaky, you did do a good job. I don't know why people think Joe is the mastermind. If you look back at Joe's actions and what he says, he starts to become a little shifty. Really? Oh, okay. It's because we know, we just know too little about Joe. That's understandable. Joe is a doll AI and a secret convo with Kai, and had no reason to be in Sarah's house when she got kidnapped. Oh, yeah, huh? Yeah, I guess that is a little bit suspicious, isn't it, huh? Well.
Then there is Midori's reaction to the Meister when you first meet him on the 4th floor. This occurs when he asks you to provide him with a new name, since Shin had technically taken his. When you try to name him after other characters, he'll reject the names, but always fairly flippantly and playfully. That's not the case when you try to name him Meister, though. His expression turns more serious, and instead of commenting on the character or judging your choice, as he does with the others, Midori only says, pick another name.
Oh.
None of this is definitive proof that the Meister is the writer, of course, but it's still pretty suspicious and something to think about. However, there's also another possibility for the writer's identity. Mr. Chidoin, Sarah's father. At first, when I heard of this theory, I didn't believe there was much proof. It seemed that people only believed in it or brought it up for its shock factor, since it would be a pretty significant twist, and extremely upsetting for Sarah. After all, according to this theory, not only is her dad not her birth father, but he's also the leader of Asunaro and behind the Death Game. However, there is more to this theory. Some fans believe that the Meister is actually Mr. Chidoin, and that he is the writer of the memorandum. There's even some evidence to back this up. Mr. Chidoin and the writer have similar mannerisms, in that they both have an upbeat and cheerful disposition, even when it's not appropriate for the situation. Then there's the fact that in Chapter 2, Part 2's epilogue, Mr. Chidoin appears in the Kana Lives route as a floor master. He's wearing a suit with a fedora, which is similar to the Meister's outfit, but the similarities get even more uncanny.
Okay, this confused me, because that happens at the end of a chapter, and then in the next chapter, nothing, like, it's almost like this didn't, well, I mean, it's like this didn't happen. I still don't understand what the point of this scene was, because it, like, happened, and then it just was never brought up again, and it's the game, like, treated it like this didn't happen, basically. So I'm a little bit, maybe it's like a look into the future of what's going to happen, I guess, but it just seems like it was an odd choice to put it at the end of the chapter that it was in, and then to just completely, like, ignore it in the future and, like, not address it again. I don't know, it's so weird. Like how Joe says that there might be a traitor and then contradicts himself later, or how he leaves Sarah's house but then comes back to her house. Oh, that makes sense. The Russian roulette foreshadowing is wild. The 3 live bullets and 6 dummies, and the banquet, the 3 humans and 6 dummies. Oh, what the fuck? I didn't even think about that. Oh my god, that's really cool. I like that a lot. Oh my god, I didn't think about that. I really like that. Oh my gosh. Personally think it was a flash forward. Oh, yeah, probably. It just seems, I don't know, maybe it was to, like, keep intrigue and be like, oh, what's gonna happen? But I don't know, it just felt kind of oddly timed.
There's the fact that if you compare the Meister sprites with Mr. Chidoin's, they're the exact same. Apart from the color palette, there's little to no difference between them. They even say the same phrase. Let's begin, shall we? Of course, some things don't add up. How could Sarah not recognize her own father's voice, even if it is muffled behind bandages? Why would Asunaro want Kai to infiltrate their own leader's family? And how would they think he wouldn't realize it? Most importantly, why was Mr. Chidoin so intent on running away with Sarah? If he's Asunaro's leader and needs her to be part of the Death Game project, that seems counterproductive. That's when I remembered the unique information that Kurumada had told Sarah. If a floor master meets their doppelganger, they die. When I first played the recent chapter, I thought this information was going to be used against Midori, since Keiji, Kutaro, and Mai just so happened to run into Safalin, who was with a Midori doll. But once I considered the idea more, I didn't feel like that would have made sense if Nankadai had gone that route. If the floor master and doppelganger referred to Midori and his doll, there would be no need to introduce a new concept like doppelganger in the first place.
The sprite of Safalin turning around is, it's so cute. Oh god, oh no. Don't ask me. You think I can think of these theories? I'm too stupid. No, you're not stupid. Not at all. But it's crazy because there's so many, like, possibilities. But then when I start thinking of possible theories, then I like forget small details that happen that would make the theories impossible. And then there are some small details that would make certain theories possible that I just wouldn't think of. It's crazy. I always thought that scene with Mr. Chidowin was a flashback of Sarah's lost memories. Oh, it could be. That would be interesting. Huh.
place. Which is why I think that a doppelganger doesn't mean the same thing as doll, but something else entirely. And it's at this point that I began to wonder, could it be possible that Mr. Chidowin is the Meister's doppelganger? Piggybacking off this idea, maybe Mr. Chidowin was created by Asunaro and tasked with observing Sarah for the Death Game project. But over time, he grew too attached to her and his role as her father. So he decided to betray the organization and run away with his family instead. This might explain the mysteries surrounding the writer, the Meister, and Mr. Chidowin, while getting rid of some of the more glaring plot holes. But I'll admit the thought of the writer creating a doppelganger who pretends to be Sarah's father makes me very uncomfortable, given his obsession with a schoolgirl. Yet my discomfort doesn't change the fact that there is some link between the writer, the Meister, and Mr. Chidowin. I really am starting to believe the doppelganger information that Kurumada told Sarah has to do with these 3 or 2 characters.
Safflin booty.
The second and final prediction I want to talk about concerns the Sue Lives route and has to do with its potential conclusion. While I'm more of a fan of the Kana Lives route, I have to admit the Sue Lives route fascinates me. It is teeming with misfortune and disaster, from various angles. It's kind of like watching a car crash as a bystander. You know it's going to be terrible, but you're still completely helpless and unable to look away. Let me set the scene. Sue is devastated by Kana's death and has sworn revenge on the people who let her die. After the second main game, he programs a malicious Joe AI that psychologically tortures Sarah, to the extent that she loses all memory of him to cope. But now that she no longer remembers Joe,
Copium.
Sarah finds herself prone to intrusive thoughts of abandoning everyone so she can survive the death game. Meanwhile, Ranmaru has transformed into Yanmaru and is so devoted to Sarah that he kills the remaining Yabusabe sibling for her.
I hate that.
She manipulates him into doing it, without making herself appear culpable for the death. And what is Sue's reaction to this? Although he is disturbed by what happened, he ultimately doesn't care. It's one less person he has to exact revenge against. He has completely cut himself off emotionally from the others by this point. And I get the feeling that things are only going to get worse from here on out. In this route, which candidates will be entering the third and final main game? Sarah, Sue, Keiji, and Gin. Interestingly, these are the 4 candidates who have counterparts in the memorandum. You know, the same memorandum that mentions Keiji and Gin's counterparts dying in the second victim conference. What a wild coincidence. Factor in Sue, who's determined to have revenge for Kana's death, and Sarah, who has been harboring dark thoughts of getting rid of everyone so she can be the last one standing. Let's not forget about what Maple told Sarah and Ranmaru either. At least 3 people are needed for a majority vote, so in the event that 2 people are left, there is a final round rule. In this bonus stage, 2 survivors will live together for a while before deciding who will live as a human and who will live as a doll. Then the death game will come to an end. And seeing as how 2 people must die in a main game, well, I'm sure you can see where I'm going with this. There is a huge possibility that in the Sue Lives route, Keiji and Gin will die in the third main game, and Sarah and Sue will have to sit down and decide who remains human. I think the debate they have will lead to 2 endings, one where Sarah wins the discussion and one where Sue wins. In the first ending, Sarah becomes Asunaro's leader, but the writer of the memorandum is unable to mold her into the schoolgirl. Instead, she has become the exact opposite of her. In the second ending, the Hades incident has been recreated, with Sue as the next leader. Despite the writer's best attempts and meticulous planning, his counterpart wins the death game, just as he won all those years ago. Either way, no one is completely happy, and no one truly wins.
That's such a cool theory! Holy shit, that's so cool! Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, because if it follows the same narrative, and causes for Keiji and Jin to die, which I would be really upset about, but I mean, I could absolutely see it happening. Oh man, that would be really interesting. Oh, I like that a lot. Holy shit, that's so cool. It's interesting how, like, integral So being alive is to this, like, specific idea and in regards to the counterpart of the writer and everything. Because if you keep Kana alive, then that's when it like everything changes, and to where it's basically a completely different like a completely different storyline, you know? Oh god, that's so cool. I feel like Kana's route will get you a good Sarah, while So's route will get us an evil Sarah. I completely agree with that. Absolutely. I feel like no matter what happens, I feel like So's route, Sarah is fucked. Wow, that's crazy. Sarah, Keiji, and Jin are also characters who voted for Kana in the second main game. Oh, yeah, huh. Interesting. Damn, long stream, I actually made it. Oh, welcome! Well, we got 2 minutes left of this video. I'm so sorry, Ira. But welcome, I'm happy to see you here anyways.
Talk about bleak. A major theme in Your Turn to Die seems to be the struggle between fate and free will. It's a question that we have been trying to answer through the use of religion, philosophy, and literature for centuries. Is life dictated by our own decisions, or has it already been predetermined for us? The Death Game participants face a similar dilemma. For years, Asunaro has been working in the shadows, observing them and interfering in their lives without their knowledge or consent. Using the AI tests, they have figured out every possible outcome for the Death Game. In a way, Asunaro has charted out the rest of the participants' lives for them. They have even predetermined their deaths, in a variety of ways. As much as Sarah and the others try to resist, to find a way to escape the fate dictated for them, they are always outmaneuvered by Asunaro. Their hopes of succeeding in trust in one another is tested again and again. It seems impossible for them to go up against Asunaro, an organization at the top of the criminal underworld, and win. But I don't think the Nankadai is setting his main cast up for failure. After all, there are many instances of free will triumphing over fate in the game. In my opinion, the Memorandum Theory fits in perfectly with the game's theme of fate versus free will. The original Death Game is very similar to the current one, from the Russian roulette game to the First Victim Conference to the candidates it describes. Not to mention the writer has his own idea of how he wants this Death Game to end, with Sarah as the victor and everyone else dead. This leaves Sarah and her friends in a worse position than they realize. Either they will recreate the original Death Game or follow the writer's plans of an alternate one, neither of which is the outcome they want. Though it doesn't seem possible, they do have another path that they can take. The easiest option is to give in to the fate dictated for them, but they can also exercise their free will and escape Asunaro, which is easier said than done. But no matter how difficult it will be, it is possible. They just need to hold on to their hope, their bonds with one another, and push forward.
Oh, such
and
a
that
good
brings us to the
video.
end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and leave a comment.
I did enjoy that video. I'm gonna go ahead and pin that one. And again, after this is done, I'll have links for everything down in the description. That was really, really good. I really enjoyed that. I didn't even I didn't think about how it aligns so well, like the written the written memorandum aligned with how the So Alive route is going, which is interesting. Where does Lean Qtaro fit into this? Nowhere. He fits nowhere. So I can see you trying to kill Sarah and KG, maybe not Jin because he's just a kid. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, let's go content. Also, I found a funny theory recently by Sorhiori version 2.0 on Tumblr. The theory is the reason why Anzu's victory rate is so high. Oh, 8.0 second highest female victory percentage. Is that in worlds where Sarah dies, her victory chances go up because they want a high school girl to win. So essentially, she's a backup Sarah. Oh, what the heck? That's weird. That's interesting. Huh. Wow. That is interesting. Let me see here. When I read the theory, I did notice she does have some similar relationships to Sarah. Kurumada is her KG adult parental figure they're close to, and Maru is her Joe, school-aged boy, as her friend. That's interesting. I like that a lot. That's really cool. Yeah, I quite like it. There's no vid on it, so I just posted to chat here. No, I appreciate that. That's really cool. Thank you for sharing that. This was a great stream, was it? I'm glad. I don't do reaction content. I think that from now on we'll probably just do like reactionary content like in the Discord server. I'll just be like, "Hey, I feel like watching this theory. If anyone wants to join, you know, come hang out with me and like voice chat or something." Because I feel really bad whenever I like, well, I guess I haven't done it yet, well, until now, but I don't know, something about reacting to other people's content, I just feel bad about it. because they put in so much hard work, and I'm like, no, you deserve people to come look at your videos. So again, make sure that you go support all these videos. Give them a like. Tell them they did a good job. Don't tell them I sent you, though. Again, cringe. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it too. Next up is Your Turn to Die tier list. Okay, I know that you're joking, but but I kind of want to do that. Oh man. I would watch a tier stream, a tier list stream. That'd be fun. Hell yeah! Maybe we'll do that eventually. But for now, this has been a lot of fun, and thank you guys so much for joining me. A lot of cool things to learn. A lot of things that I should have realized that looking back just suddenly hit me. You know, a fucking year after I experienced them. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. I've had a lot of fun, and I hope that you have too. And I hope that you have a good rest of your day or night or whatever time it is for you. And I will hopefully see you guys next time. Bye! Bye.